Boop, boop. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And welcome to another episode of Housebound Adventuring. We are, what was that, only like 5 minutes worth of intro nothingness?
6 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, crazy. Today we are in the middle of an axolotl race. If that doesn't make sense to you because it's a weird thing and you're thinking that we're racing axolotls against each other, that's mostly accurate. Actually, we're kind of racing our party members against each other on axolotls. They are giant axolotls, so they are, I say 5 foot across. They're a medium-sized creature, and our players are mounted upon them as they are floating up a stream or down a stream towards the Feywild Court of the Maelstrom. We've yet to really understand what any of that means yet, but we're there to try and acquire their tithe, as they are owing a tithe to the Court of the Ursine, which is some bear folk who are hopefully going to help you remove some curses you've got on you. What a convoluted little intro that was. What a crazy world I've cooked up for you guys. Last session, we started off with our prompts. And as usual, we like to do a prompt at the beginning of each session. Our prompt for today is, what 3 things are your characters grateful for? It can be from in-game that day. It can be from whatever your character can think of. What are they grateful for? Anything they like. Okay. That's what we started off with last week. Last week we started off with the prompt that was, how have your characters changed since they last leveled up, I think? And then we got cracking with our axolotl race, during which we had a bit of a moment at the start where each of our players were able to converse sort of with their axolotls. Unfortunately, these axolotls seem to only speak Aquan, which is not a language that most of us speak. Haiku can, which is convenient. Randall is able to thank you for that. Randall is able to converse a little bit via mime and some magic. Nerly can speak Elven.
I could speak Elven.
You can also speak Elven, but that wasn't the original way that you started conversing, right? And we've identified that the axolotls can speak Elven, but they can't. No, they can understand Elven, but they can't speak it. Mm-hmm. And before the game started, we had Haiku trying desperately to bribe all of the axolotls to whiff, basically, and they'd get unlimited frogs as a reward. But the rest of them basically just gave him a pep talk. Let's go. Let's race. Nerly started the race off very strong, and that's what gave rise to Jenny's doodle last week. That was kind of like the thumbnail and really just the defining image for what it was that started our session off last week and continued throughout the entirety of the session. Do you want to show everybody in case they haven't seen it?
Wait, I'll look at the dog first. Dog.
Hello.
It's a Graham.
Graham.
Hi, Graham. Are you a good boy? Yeah.
You weren't kidding when you were saying that he's like pitch black and it's so
yeah, it was too dark last time. I was like, I picked him up and you literally he didn't show up on camera.
I think he's sneezing in my face.
Oh,
he's such a good boy. Okay, you can get down now. I know you feel neutral to weird about sitting. Yeah.
Neutral to weird
about sitting in my lap. Okay,
he'll learn to love it. Do you want to show the image, Jenny?
It's up now. Just put it up.
Oh, it's up now. So that is how our session went last week. We realized that Nerly is not fucking about. She wants to win this. Although Katie framed it very much as, we're having fun. It came across very much throughout the game as, I'm going to win this. And we had a lot of underhanded tricks, but it's okay because that's what we wanted. We wanted to have a fun race where our players used some sneaky tricks to try and get the one leg up on the other. Mm-hmm. We had what did we have? We had mirror image being used we had the first second that the race started, nearly cast slow on everybody. We had it was a mirror image. We had telekinesis from Haiku. What has Randall done?
What's Randall done?
What has Randall done?
I
We
don't remember.
both use Mage Hand on each
Yeah,
other.
you use Mage
Yeah,
Hand
we
on each
made-
other.
Mage Hand each other at the beginning.
Pretty much the only person that hasn't done anything to impede anyone else's progress is
Well, because she
Oro.
doesn't
I
need to do
suppose.
anything.
It's because she can't even like see us anymore. She's so
Yeah.
far.
So
Well, I
She's
guess
super
those
like
guys
far ahead.
stopped
and is like,
racing. I don't know what to do with
Maybe
it.
they
Guys have
gave
given
up.
Yeah. A lot of these roles have been, as you might imagine, since you are riding on the back of an axolotl downstream very quickly, related to animal handling and dexterity, stuff like that. Things that, as a ranger rogue, Oro is naturally quite good at. So, stampeding into the lead very quickly was Oro, although Nerly has put up a very good fight with her large array of utility spells. But our standing at the moment is that Oro has 141 points, Nerly has 115 points, Nugget is then in third with 101, with Randall close behind with 96. And very, very, very good that this is the case because that's 96.
yeah.
And Haiku has 69 points.
Nice.
I forgot about that.
That's very nice.
Mhm.
My favorite part of the whole thing.
So
That's
what
where
we're
he's
saying
at,
is,
and then the reversal. Sorry.
for ease of ease of context in the race, we're not necessarily taking this as you know canon headwise. We're going the values that you roll on your dice add to your total progress throughout the race, and we're going to, for now, figure that the values are the how far you've traveled. It doesn't necessarily have to be in feet, but we're going to say it is for spell casting sake. So that means that Oro is quite far ahead, and that Haiku is quite far behind. But don't worry,
Double as far, some might say.
don't worry. There is still plenty to play for, because whilst there will be a reward for the victor, I've decided there will be a consolation prize for the person in second place. So don't worry, you can still get something out of this.
I could
if you
still
can-
maybe get
So we can
something,
all fight
yay!
for second. Great.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I,
so
I
you
don't
can-
think it is.
I,
something
if
that we
if
have, actually.
Oro and Nugget get first and second, I'm calling bullshit.
Come on.
So you can still get something out of this. Randall and Nugget are very close together, and it just takes a couple of bad rolls for that distance to really get quite close.
Well, you know, Nugget falls off. Oh no.
Oh, how terrible. It's a staff knocking Nugget off into the water. So we'll start today with our prompts, if we could. Let's start with Doxy. Randall,
Mhm.
what 3 things are you grateful for today?
So most recently, Randall is grateful that Barry the Red Cap was in a good mood and did not eat us and soak in our blood.
Yeah, understandably. Yeah.
Mhm. And then
Our players did bump into Randall the Red
Eh,
Cap, who and Randall
no.
and Randall
Oh,
just
not
happily
yet.
had a nice
Just
time.
ruin my backstory. Randall the Red Cap. Come on.
Oh, Randall the Red Cap. I'm sorry, Barry the Red Cap. That's our character. That's our story
Actually.
arc. That's where you
Yeah.
end up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We
Go
actually that what the person that Barry we met is actually Randall, but in the future who went back in
Yeah.
time to meet us again. Yeah.
He's Vandal.
Yep. Bandle.
Vandal.
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 Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted.
And then the second thing that Randall's grateful for is that we get to like let off some steam and have some fun in the Feywild, and not everything be trying to kill us or capture us or otherwise be horrible. And so far, it's actually been, good and fun.
What, all of the Feywild or today?
No, like
The-
this
the
bit,
race.
like the
This
race,
bit, okay.
specifically
Yeah,
the race. The
okay.
rest of it has been dreadful and awful and full of horrible things.
Right.
But this
okay.
so far seems to be okay, as long as they're not racing us to something that's going to eat us.
I guess we'll find out.
And then thirdly, Randall is grateful for his party because he doesn't want to be here with anybody else or on his own.
Oh,
That would be even
that's
worse
Oh.
because who would erase?
Who would erase?
Exactly.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, then Aura.
Well, I also put the party on there, of course.
I think it's okay if everyone puts the party on there. Don't worry.
Okay, all right. Nugget, of course, is on there. Very grateful for Nugget and being a good companion and a happy companion. She's grateful for her upbringing and it being very like maybe a stressful thing, like working in a circus and her life, and it's kind of like made her a little bit more balanced in stressful situations. So perhaps she's dealing with this a bit better because she had that upbringing. So she's grateful for
Yeah.
that. And I've written down not being cursed and a smiley face. She's grateful for
Oh.
not being cursed.
Something she wouldn't necessarily rub in other people's faces, but quietly to herself.
I'm glad
Very
I'm not
grateful.
cursed.
I'm not turning into a tree. This is great.
Not that it's great. I'm just you know.
Yeah.
I'd be a lot more stressful if I was also cursed.
That's true. That's true.
On the upside, if we can't resolve it, if you were also cursed, then you and Nugget could just be trees together forever.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
something. That's something. Alternate universe.
Mhm.
Okay.
Tree
Neurali.
universe.
Tree AU. Housebound adventuring.
That next D&D
Um,
campaign, we're all trees.
Yeah. So Neurali is also grateful for her friends, and she is grateful for these very cute axolotls, and she is grateful to be away from people who were pretending to care about her but had bad intentions for her.
Those are good answers. Those are good answers. It is so as far as Neurali is concerned, she's the furthest away she's been from that kind of cloud hanging over her head.
This
and
is the
while she's,
furthest
you know-
away from home I've ever been. Sorry.
Just thinking that.
I mean, she's not not in danger,
Yeah.
but the the otherwise ever present kind of looming sense of being on the run is currently maybe not hanging over her head quite as
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of because we were on the road to that the dragon fight when we got
Mhm.
that like, hey, FYI, there's some people looking around who
Yeah.
match the description of the people you don't want to see, who are looking for people that look like you. So
Yeah.
it was very recently that it was like refreshed to her that no,
Mhm.
they're still like this. They haven't actually given up. Whatever Priscilla said, it's
Yeah.
not a give up situation. So I think like until she found out about the curse thing, when they had gotten to the Feywild, she was kind of like, this is suboptimal for what we were doing, but also they're definitely not going to look for me here.
Yeah.
So there has been a bit of like a relief in
Mhm.
that sense.
There is that. They're definitely not going to look for me here. Yeah, that's if you're going to
Mhm.
run to somewhere, a different plane of existence is a pretty good idea. Yeah. All right. How about Haiku?
I like how you picked Haiku left, by the way. I see what you did there. Haiku's had a difficult time lately. So, of course, I put down they're grateful for friends, of course. But for
If you didn't, it'd be a
party.
bit awkward after all of us said.
I say maybe I should have made this list. Maybe I should have made this 4 long instead of 3. So
Not being charmed a second time. The dryad tried to charm them a second time,
Yeah.
and I get the feeling things would have gone a lot worse. How
Yeah,
bad
they
they
were-
went the first time?
they were pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And my last thing I put was the sweet bliss that is the memory of being a cloud of mist.
Oh, poetic.
Wow. You know what? I was looking at some of our character sheets earlier, and I was thinking, oftentimes when you make your character, small changes happen to how you idealize them and who you think your character is, and the character sheet that you have might reflect the old character that you thought up, but maybe not so much the character that you're playing right now. And I was wondering, I'm looking at Haiku's character sheet. What you had was in your personality traits, you've got overly friendly and largely likable, though some may find them annoying. And then in your flaws, you've got, I assume everyone likes me regardless of how they treat me until full betrayal, etc., e.g. attacking me. I really love the idea of looking at that character sheet and then recalling 2 sessions ago, where you said you were going to kill Barry the Redcap with his with his frisbee. When he's done absolutely nothing apart from play frisbee with you and have some squelchy shoes.
I think over the past year and a half, there's been a slow descending into chaos.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
fair.
not good.
So, I mean, if any point you want to reflect on your character sheets and maybe change some things that you think maybe reflect your character a little bit more, feel free. If any of those are functional things that might influence, for example, your like background stuff, we can have a chat about it. Okay, right. Well, seems like we're going to start pretty intense right here, because the last thing that you guys saw was a opening in the trees. As you've been speeding along this stream and you've been traveling towards the Court of the Maelstrom at high speed, you have been, for the most part, underneath weeping willows. Their branches and their leaves have been dangling overhead, and it's been wonderful, green, verdant, but it has not been safe, because you could easily bump your head on those. In the last few seconds of the race, it has opened up the boughs, and you can see the ever dawn, ever dusk sky. You can see the stars sprinkling away. You can see kind of this purple haze above you. But most importantly, you can see these clouds that are kind of drenching waterfalls. And in the... You're right.
Jack's camera suddenly went zoom out.
Sorry, I don't know what caused that.
What happened?
Wait, you don't know what caused the zoom out?
No, it just zoomed it out.
That's confusing. Okay.
Someone was like, cut to wide.
I got too wide.
Sorry, Tom.
That's okay, bud. Happens to the best of us. Regardless, the sky has opened up to this kind of this beautiful open air, and it's the most sky you've seen in a while. The last time you saw this much sky was when you were outside the Ursine Court and you were in meadows of long grass. Instead, now beneath you, you have fast running water. You've got giant lily pads, and you have these clouds that are kind of drenching the area with more kind of waterfalls. You can see on the horizon that there is more kind of more stream to come. You've got a little while yet, but in your forefront, you see a group of axolotls that are resting on one of these lily pads that's kind of in the center of the stream. It's a huge lily pad, and they are resting, lounging there. When they see you guys speeding towards them, they get up and they start to clap like they're expecting to be impressed. They want to see some cool shit, right? So we have our 7th round of our race. What are our players going to do to try and impress these axolotls? That is what you are doing for today's round. If you want to focus on just being fast, that is an okay thing to do. What I want to hear from you is your plan to impress them and whatever skill check is most appropriate for that. If I think the explanation that you have is rubbish, I might just force you to do a performance check.
So what? Go ahead.
I think mine is going to end up being... Well, I'm hoping mine's going to be athletics rather than performance. So Randall is going to call on the grimoire to conjure up the way I imagine this works is it conjures up pictures like in his mind of people doing cool stuff on the water, and the pictures it brings are from like another place, and it's people surfing is what Randall gets.
Oh,
right. So
okay.
it's like a whole bunch of imagery of people surfing, and then he tries to replicate that. So he's going to do like a handstand on the back of his axolotl while they go through this bit.
Okay.
And then to like steady himself and to hold his robe up, he's going to use Mage Hand.
Hold his robe.
Keep his dignity.
Look as cool if his robe's over his face.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and you're saying this is athletics?
Yeah, it's definitely athletics.
Not acrobatics?
No, athletics. Need to be
Which
strong.
would more concisely describe doing a handstand.
Nope.
I think, unfortunately, that is a crap excuse. So you're going to be doing you'll be acrobatics or performance, whichever is your preferred.
Would it count more
acrobatics.
as a
Okay.
as it's an like like what is the word I'm thinking? Sustained handstand? Because
Yeah.
sure, like flipping up into
Okay,
a handstand
alright.
and then like springing out of it is acrobatics, but just
Yeah.
holding it, right? Surely that's
Okay,
like a
okay, sure.
strength-based thing, right?
So what we'll do, Kate, you got Katie bullshit in your corner.
Yes.
So what we'll do instead is what we'll do
I feel the
is
power.
you get to use athletics, but you don't get advantage.
Mentally
Is that
arithmetic?
better?
Yeah, no, it's probably better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. What else we got?
I think what I described last time was I'm going to use one of the charges from the minor illusion wand that I
Mhm.
still have from the circus, and I'm going to conjure up like a kind of like a firework display of an axolotl. And now I'm adding to it. You know how those LED lights will like oscillate through the rainbow colors?
Sure.
It's going to oscillate through the rainbow colors as it's having little like sparkles and stuff.
Lovely.
And they can't move, so I guess it'll be like as we're passing by, like a
Sure.
yeah,
You kind of leave it behind you as you spread past.
yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Ah, cool, cool. I like that. Very pretty. Well, what else we got?
I can go if you want. As the lily pad's in the middle, I want to like tap the like axolotl to like usher him to like go under the lily pad, and then I want to like do a jump flip over them. Mid flip, I want to get the
Ooh.
frisbee out and throw the frisbee towards Nugget. And on Nugget's turn, for what Nugget's gonna do is Nugget's gonna catch it. Is gonna like stand on the axolotl and like, or maybe like do like a flyover, and like catch the frisbee and then like land back on the axolotl.
Wow.
Like the circus.
Synchronized. Cool. Okay, I like that a lot. And what checks are we using for these last two? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask.
Just performance, I figured
Performance, yeah,
was
okay.
fine for that. I just wanted
Yeah,
the
if
advantage
if that's
too.
what you want, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. Yeah.
that's fine with me. Okay. Haiku.
So I had some thing prepared. So there's a big lily pad, isn't there?
Mhm.
So as we're gliding along, miles behind everyone else, Haiku looks over to the lily pad, and a memory forms in their head. Lily pad, Hadlow Lily. It's been a while since we've had some fireworks.
Oh,
And Haiku is gonna sort of set up a pyrotechnics display.
wow.
Complete with a cannon and like a trail of flames behind, like a hot rod or something. I don't know.
Wow. Cool.
What a callback.
That's cool. Wow. That is a callback.
Hadlow
What
Lily.
what would you like to use for that?
I think it's gonna have to be performance.
Okay. All right.
Actually, so I
Um,
have a question. Can I try bullshitting into a different role? Just hear me out on this.
Everyone's like, comes some Katie bullshit.
So
Buckle up.
Katie bullshit. And as always, feel free to say no to me at any time, and I'm not upset. So I could do performance, but also like these are new creatures, and I feel like part of having to conjure up this minor illusion is having to like have really paid a lot of attention to them as like they would be like during the conversation, during the race and stuff. So maybe it could be like a medicine thing because I've like really like
No.
That's not where I thought I was
What do you
going.
think? Okay. I just have 1 point more in medicine, and I can't think of it. Well, most
Okay.
of my skills are not
I
dedicated.
thought that was going
towards
to
anything
perception.
Like this.
Honestly,
That's where I thought I was
gonna be a
going.
I already
perception
used
thing.
perception.
Ah,
I already used
okay,
perception.
All right. Okay. Man, that
Just-
was a loop de loop we went through there.
Medicine to me seemed like equally as probable as perception because
Sure.
like you have to study the body, right? Like that's what the whole thing
Okay.
is.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do an axolotl like a physiological, like this is where the spine goes, like this is what the skeleton looks
Ooh,
like.
yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Is that gonna be as
Yeah.
impressive as the plan you had previously?
Yeah,
or are
because
you
it's
just gonna...
sparkling and oscillating in rainbow colors.
It looks like you're like, here's a skeleton, freaks.
It's still got the outline of them, though.
Yeah, okay. All right,
This is
all
what
right.
you look like on the inside.
One more point. Hell
Are you
yeah.
entertained?
Are you not entertained?
That's what I look for when I go to the circus.
This is what you look like on the inside. Oh my god!
All right, since I can speak Aquan, then can I shout something out to the teenagers?
If you like,
Are you going to bribe them?
No, I was thinking some political thing which would the teenagers like like down with the axolotl, like down with a man. Down with a man for axolotl, obviously.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
If you want to, yeah, you want to shout. You want to shout some
Yeah.
some progressive.
Yeah, we are.
some
Progressive,
propaganda to the axolotls.
propaganda.
You're very familiar
Axolotl
with-
punk.
Down with the
Punxolotl.
axolotl. I want to see a punk haiku now. Just like you've taken Oro's look.
The jacket doesn't
Okay.
fit. It's fine.
Sure.
No, that's what
Maybe
it is. So
just
he
look.
literally took it. He just took Oro's jacket and put it on his shelf for a bit. And it's like,
Wait, can I change mine then? As
Okay.
we're here talking about bullshit and
I mean,
bullshit and
we're
things?
bullshitting. Keep one up on your idea if you want to keep one up on your idea. We haven't
could-
got anything in concrete yet.
Could mine be like animal handling because I'm like tapping the axolotl to get it to do what I want to do and
Yeah,
like throwing it to
100%.
Nugget? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
wow.
Wait, has everyone else
That was-
also bullshitted themselves up to advantage on this?
That's plus 11, is it?
The spell is what got me to advantage. The bullshit was getting the 1 point more on my medicine check than my performance check.
You only don't have advantage because your bullshit wasn't powerful enough. Hey, listen, you're welcome to re-bullshit. You want to re-bullshit? These guys are re-bullshitted.
Yeah, real bullshit.
Wait, no, I thought that I bullshitted for him. It was a bullshit on his behalf, and
Oh
that's
no,
why
you
he
did.
got it.
You did bullshit on his behalf.
It's-
Okay, he
it's
gets
the advantage.
then.
It's
All
his
right,
help-
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
help
he gets the
action.
advantage. He gets the advantage there. If you do the help action, then you don't get your own stuff. You get nothing.
No, I'm doing help
I
action,
know, I
not
know, I know.
Nerdly is doing the help
Haiku,
action.
you wanna bullshit
is
anything?
meta.
We've got some bullshit going on.
Yeah, I'm screaming axolotl propaganda here. I think that's enough bullshit, perfectly.
That is
I
quite a
think
lot of
that's-
bullshit.
That's
yeah,
more
that's
than
quite
enough to win
that's
an
quite a lot of
advantage.
bullshit. All right, so what we're gonna do is not only are you guys getting the roll that you make, you're also going to get a boon of speed from whomever for whoever impressed the axolotls the most. All right, and to make it fair, I'm rolling as opposed to me choosing. All right. So for me, number 1 is Nerly, number 2 is Haiku, number 3 is Randall, number 4 is Oro. I hope
Okay.
we got to do number 5 for Nugget as well.
Yeah, Nugget.
3. Randall gets a boon of speed.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
You've impressed the axolotls enough. You get, I'm not going to tell you how much, but enough. for you
Enough.
enough for you to
100.
be comfortably boosted.
100.
What does that mean?
Boosted.
Comfortably boosted.
Literally teleports.
You get a bonus to your speed. Now, please make your checks.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god! First roll of the day.
Wait, did I? Was
Yeah,
I
who
into-
got advantage?
Everyone
Yeah,
got
I'm-
advantage. Yeah,
Okay.
everyone got advantage apart from I mean, I would have declined advantage if your idea wasn't good enough. You get advantage. You're fine. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
My goodness. Okay.
Fortunately, everyone else rolled really well.
Yeah,
so-
when everyone
Yeah.
rolls well, no one rolls
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Right, Oro is.
I did
a-
manage to gain a foot on Oro, which I think is pretty impressive.
You had to crit
Yes.
for it.
I did.
yeah.
I sure did.
Haiku got another 20. Randall got a 16 plus the boost. And Nugget got a 20.
Ian, if I hadn't
Oh, man, if my
bullshitted
boost is less than
into
4.
a medicine, we would have broken even. I needed that bullshit to get that foot.
I will explain to you just how close some of these rolls are now. 166.
Some of these rolls.
Yeah, well, some of these rolls are more close than others. 166 on Oro, 141 on Nerly, 122 on Randall,
Oh.
and 121 on Nugget.
Whoa.
That's what I meant by close.
Oh.
And then Haiku's on a respectable 89.
Respectable.
Oh, we should have done a chat poll. That would have been a good idea. Damn, chat
Oh.
poll, man. All
You
right.
can do a chat poll for an additional smaller boost, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't want that to be the thing that cinches it at the end. A chat poll between the
That's
two
fair.
people in first. Someone
Yeah.
will be whoever loses that's going to feel rubbish. Okay, so you speed past the axolotls. Some of
Nice
you
Doppler.
doing cool flips. Some of you doing some anti-establishment propaganda.
Is that
And
effective?
as
Do they
Is it
read-
propaganda if it's true?
Yeah, wow.
Hey, Haiku is a hip turtle who gets the axolotl youth.
Gets the axolotl.
Hold on, I'm writing that
Are you
down.
running for some kind of position in government? Like, is that your selling point? What are your polling numbers like? Okay.
I just had a visceral like mental image of Haiku being like, "You have nothing to do with but your dreams."
That's so good. Oh, my God.
Oh gosh.
Graham, it's okay, buddy.
He sees
like
a
that a lot.
squirrel or something
That's funny.
outside, and he's whining in the background. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Okay, right. As you speed past the lily pad, you are breaking down into a stream that you can see is starting to taper a little bit. But in front of you is a bullywug. For those of you who are not familiar, a bullywug is a frog person who is coincidentally windsurfing
Whoa.
on what looks like a huge leaf that has been kind of reinforced with reeds. And so there's a large sail that is also just a huge leaf with like a wooden pole that he's holding on to, and he's surfing down the stream. This giant frog man. He's wearing a seashell necklace around his neck and tight speedos.
Yeah.
He's got quite
Oh,
a lot of
it's all good.
speed on him. Though
I
you
gotta go look
suspect
up what
that
a
you could
bullywug
probably
looks
How many
like.
notes?
you suspect that you could definitely overtake him. What we will be doing here is you guys can come up with a way that you want to interact with the bullywug in order to get some speed. But what I want first is for everybody to make an intelligence check. Straight intelligence, please.
Sorry.
Moment,
Zero.
Oof.
Did I do
Oh.
good?
Nope.
I didn't mean to
And
roll with
this is
advantage, but I did.
not an advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
for
come
fuck's
on.
sakes.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I think Haiku deserves advantage on this simply because it's an intelligence check.
I think so too.
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your sympathy.
Which one are you gonna take, Jack?
A 2 and a 1. What has happened? Why do you have my luck right now? What is going
I
on?
throw you so many bones. The game just wants you to lose. Oh my god. Oh my
hell.
god. Okay. Right. So
Give it a 6. I deserve it at this rate.
That
No,
big book of
it
smarts
was
didn't
so
do you
good.
much good.
okay, so this isn't a roll that contributes to your race value.
You know
But
what?
what
Even
I
if
will
it
say-
did, or when I broke even again. just can't catch up.
Also, I don't think I actually took time to say hello to everyone in chat. I'm so sorry. I got so swept up in the race.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Chat.
everybody. I hope
Hello.
you're doing well. I do get I get caught up sometimes. I'm sorry. It's nice to see everybody.
I love that Gray
Um,
said, "Yo, that's baller." I love that to the frog description. Like,
Yeah.
baller, I love that.
So we got a cool surfer bullywug. So Oro and Nurali. So you both getting these values. It's going to make your leads really obnoxious compared to these guys.
Are you ready
I
to
gave them a
throw that for
chance.
fourth?
I gave them a chance. Is that you can see that this gentleman is creating quite a slipstream.
Ooh.
And you in the moment, your smarts kick in, and you recognize that utilizing that slipstream in some way could provide you with a speed advantage.
Okay.
Realistically, I should have just given this to Haiku, considering their actual intelligence score.
It's too late now, Tom.
But it is too late. I made you roll twice, and you got a 1 and a 2. So the dice have decided for me.
You know what it is?
There you go.
He was spouting this anti-establishment
He got riled up.
accuracy, and is like, yeah, contemplating on it, and maybe thinking about Padlo Lily a little bit. That's what it is.
Got distracted.
Yeah.
Distracted by
Mhm.
Padlo
Yeah.
Lily.
Yeah.
I love how the two things you decided to do were Padlo Lily and fuck the government.
There's a
combined
theme
so
going
well.
on, you know?
All right, okay. Well, fucking.
Yeah. What are you making fireworks?
Burn it to the ground. Okay. So please cook up a way for you to interact with the bullywug in order to get
But
yourself.
it can't be slipstreaming because.
You can't
we had to-
slipstream if you're too dumb.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was what my idea was, but that's fine.
Unfortunately, you as a person are not as you're too smart for your character.
Thanks so much,
Okay.
Bryce. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Bryce.
Fine.
Cheetah racing with you.
We're fully encouraging cheating.
Okay, so I quickly recognize this slipstream effect,
Mhm.
and to Neurally, it seems like this has got to be something to do with the water and it interacting with it being kind of like a magical sort of like water in an environment. And
Sure.
she's going to be like, what if I were to have like a surface to like glide on like that? Would that make it easier for my axolotl to move? So I'm going to cast shield on myself and do like a rise out of the water kind of thing to try to like reduce the drag, trying to imitate the bullywug.
Okay. What role do you want it to be?
Oh, what role do I want it to be? Really running out of anything that I'm even moderately good at. Let's see here. I do still have performance left because I forewent that last go. So
Sure.
maybe it's me trying to imitate his performance, like how I would use this.
You can use a skill twice if it is in conjunction with it, like a spell or an ability or a different idea. So the concept is, I want you to be able to be flexible with the things that you choose to do. I don't want you to find one thing that suits you very well and just use that constantly. I don't want Oro to be rolling animal handling every single turn.
Okay.
But if you're going to combine it with a cool idea that narratively makes sense, that's fine.
Perception then, because I'm watching, I'm observing.
As long as it needs to be contextually appropriate. So what is your observing helping with the? Oh, you're.
I'm observing the
identifying-
way he's doing it,
Right,
and so I'm
right,
trying
right,
to
right.
mimic the.
You're trying to make a shield and then use that in a wind sail kind of way to get some speed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine with me. Make sure to jot down your use of your spell. Anyone else?
I have. I'm going to be totally out of resources by the time we get there, and that's fine.
I think I may have conjured up an idea.
Okay.
It's a frog person, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So
Oh.
theoretically,
Mhm.
if Haiku were to, I don't know, activate the frog lamp, which attracts frogs to it, the frog may be attracted to Haiku, who is currently at the back, and then because Haiku's at the back, they'll have to swerve in front of everyone. They might, get in someone's way. Also, it's a magical item. Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah.
Checks
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So everyone gets disadvantage apart from Haiku. And we get an Arcana check. Yep, you heard me right. Everyone gets disadvantage.
Does my advantage cancel that out?
Oh, okay.
since
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
you get
straight roll?
you get cancelled out to a normal roll, no advantage.
Okay.
But if you're copying him, surely you're going to copy him swerve out the way. So does that
Oh,
not undo
you
your
know what?
advantage?
That's
He's got you there. He's got you there.
Thank you,
Wait.
Docs.
Wait, say it again. What was Doc's explanation?
Well,
I need to cancel that.
So if you're watching the frog to go faster, but the frog isn't actually going faster because the frog is trying to slow down because it wants to see all the little froggies, then you're
He
going to
didn't
copy
say
a
slow down. He said he swerved out of the way. So realistically, if I were copying him, I would just swerve right behind him and stay in the slipstream.
You'd be going backwards. You'd be going towards me.
You
'Cause
didn't
the
say
frog
he
is-
went backwards. You said he swerved out of the way.
No, I
He's
see
going,
swerve
he's
round.
going.
He's attracted to the frog lamp.
Yeah.
So if you
Swerve.
are following him, you
He
come
says
It's okay.
swerve
We're going.
round.
Katie gets no disadvantage, no advantage. She's
Okay.
her advantage has been cancelled out by the disadvantage.
I'll keep
Back to a normal
bullshitting.
roll.
Just keep
Yeah,
giving me
as-
information and I'll find a way to talk you out of it.
It's truly, it's something else. It's a real superpower.
Tom has seen me play Among Us live on stream and actually actively, I felt bad about this after the fact, gaslight Tortu out of seeing me do something. And they saw me do and was like, maybe you're right. Maybe that was a thing that could be a one-person task. And like I'm standing next to a dead body or something. I forget exactly what the context was.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Tom's been very wary of my bullshit abilities to the extreme after that moment even.
Yeah, you. Yeah, I'm on to you.
But now, are we just gonna have to bullshit our way to a normal roll then? Is that what we're gonna have to do? So Jack negates his full
Apparently.
disadvantage.
Can I have at least a bullshit my way to an advantage?
What
I mean-
you know what? I think the shield thing is a cool idea, and okay. How do I do
It's
this
okay.
fairly?
It's okay
How do I
for
do
this to
fairly?
be.
Okay.
I think Jack
I'm
is so
gonna-
far in the back that it's okay that we all
Yeah.
get disadvantage on
I
our
think
rolls.
it's fine that you all get disadvantage.
you.
You're all going to get disadvantage, and Haiku's going to get advantage
Oh,
because fuck you
Wait,
guys.
did
I
you
chose
take
to do
my-
so.
Did you take my
Uh,
neutral roll away?
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
got
I took it away.
advantage. Haiku's
I was like, this is bullshit.
this is Jenny has just said, do we have homework tonight?
I mean, you've both got D6s you've been given as well. To be fair.
Yeah,
Even though you're
because I was like,
back
I
by the
could bullshit
lead.
my way into a neutral roll as well. Then what's the point? Let Jack have his full
fair point.
disadvantage
No,
over
no,
everyone.
fair point. It might be clear to you that these rules for the axolotl race were not well cut in stone.
Oh, they
came
seem
up
to
with them
change
very
every
quickly.
round.
Everyone's got advantage but Haiku. Don't sass me. Also, hi, kind of.
Don't
Oh, wait, you've
don't
been here for a
sass when
while.
the
I don't
rules
mind saying
change.
hi
The
again, but it's
DM
nice
giveth
to-
and the DM will taketh away.
Yeah, DM will take it right back.
All right, I will surely.
no, I
click
do think that's-
disadvantage.
I do think it makes sense for everyone to get disadvantage. If it is that the bullywug is now getting in the way on their way back to Haiku.
Thank you so much, Kanik. I really appreciate it.
That's
kind
fair.
of you. Yeah, because
Yeah.
mine would have been I incite him and see that there's a slipstream behind him, and then, but the slipstream
Yeah.
is then going towards me. So like, what's the point?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. We're moving on down the path of slipstreaming bullywugs. So what else we got? Who else is interacting with our bullywug friend?
Well,
But-
is there even a point anymore?
Yeah,
Well, I
'cause
guess to determine what you're rolling.
Okay, all
probably.
I'm saying is, what are you doing this round?
Well, the
as the
bullywug is-
scene progresses, right, I am presenting you with something. You got to tell me something you got to do that gives you a role to proceed down the stream. Doesn't have to be with the bullywug. I'm just telling you that now Haiku has attracted the bullywug with a
Yeah.
frog lamp. That's how the scene has changed.
Okay.
I want to dodge the bullywog
Okay,
by seeing where it is with my eyes.
with my eyes, perception.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Perception, lovely. What else we got? Fucking hell.
I was gonna like I said, insight and look to see that there was a slipstream behind him, and maybe
You rolled high enough to do the slipstream anyway.
But it doesn't
No,
exist.
yeah, but I thought we
He's
had to
far
like,
enough ahead that you get some slipstream before.
but I thought I had to put what the rolls for. Everyone's getting so confused.
I'm just
Oxygen
saying
on
that-
meltdown.
I just tried to make
I
a fun
can't
encounter
cope
for
with
everyone
this.
racing in a fucking
Can't cope
axolotl
with it
race.
every time something changes.
We're just picking what roll we're rolling at a disadvantage.
But apparently
Yes.
you get-
Okay.
but you said that Aura gets something.
Only
for
the people that recognize there was a slipstream, okay?
Wait, so what do I get?
Remember,
So they do get
remember, they are so far ahead. That
Well,
by
then
the
they
time
don't get
Haiku is-
disadvantage then because they're so
no,
far
I
ahead.
No, I know there's a No, I know there's a slipstream, but I'm still gonna get a disadvantage on my roll.
The
because
race is
I'm-
cancelled.
They can't both be negatively affected because the thing turns around and
No,
not
the
negatively affected
slipstream,
because
the
it hasn't turned
slipstream,
around.
the slipstream doesn't give advantage.
It
It's going to
determines
give
what
a
they're rolling.
minor speed boost. You electing with how you're going to engage with the scene is what determines what you roll. You're getting disadvantage because the frog's
Ah.
coming towards you.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
So really, Docs, it's just Jack that ruined all of this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've never angry debated with my players in a game. Roll your
saw you,
dice.
I'm just confused because everything keeps changing.
Fucking hell. Right, roll your dice.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Yay!
Oh, wow.
way, wow.
Okay.
Can I use
well,
look on that?
Yeah, if you want.
To not disadvantage as bad. Wait, what did I roll? Insight. Okay, that's better.
Right. Burn your resource, please. Make sure it's gone. What did Nugget get?
Wait, I haven't rolled nuggets yet.
Did that change that from a 12 to a 16 or a 12 to a 26?
24.
12 to a 16.
16.
Okay.
Nugget got 12.
Oh, wait. Oh, does luck re-roll both? Does it? I don't know.
What? I
don't
haven't
know how
rolled
that works.
nuggets yet. So it's-
No, he's asking if luck lets you re-roll both.
Because you would
dice.
have done one re-roll, which would be 26, which would give you 24. Because you'd have 24, because you're re-rolling the 12, right? So you
Ah.
re-roll the 12 into 26, and then you've
Yeah.
got the lowest of 26 and
Oh.
24, so you get 24.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess it is a 24.
I don't know why I mentioned
Yeah, I
that's
don't
a-
know why you
that's-
did that
just gave
either,
you a-
but
that
I'll
was
take
a
it.
weird
back.
choice. But
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks,
Agent of
Docs.
Chaos.
Seven
It
on the-
completely negates what I've done now. I had a good roll for once by bullshitting everyone to a disadvantage.
I want to knock the
Haiku,
frog person
Haiku.
off their thing.
I really
As they
want
go
to
past,
just.
I'm going to whack them as hard as I can. Full chaos now.
We end this race and we all walk our separate ways.
Oh my
See you, Joe.
I like how
You're gonna have to
this
DM
fun
4
race
separate
is
campaigns.
Oro is
completely
the
tore
only-
us apart.
Oro is the only person who hasn't actively targeted somebody else, so she's gonna arrive at the finish line miles ahead of everyone else and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And
That was
everyone else
really
is gonna
fun.
arrive.
It was
Everyone
so
else is gonna
fun.
arrive so pissed off.
She
Everyone
can't
else is
interact with any
completely
of us 'cause
exhausted.
She's so far. She's a dot in the distance.
Yeah. We're just going to be exhausted with no resources, just like.
Okay,
Oh.
well, I was gonna be like, oh, well, I had a 7 and she had a 12, so I can roll my d6 and then we'll just break even. But now I'm not sure. I might just keep that. I might just keep that d6. We'll see. I'm gonna hold on to it until the last round and see if I
I
need
mean,
it.
there might be
Okay.
stuff after this race. It might be a while till you guys sleep. Maybe retain some of your resources.
This is everything now.
All right.
This is life or death.
We're gonna have to sleep just to sleep
I'm
off
gonna-
the
I'm gonna-
rage.
I'm gonna-
Also, it's
cut
too
out
late.
one
I've
of these
used all of my
rounds.
resources.
we're gonna burn through the rest of this race before you guys murder
Better not
each
cut out
other.
the one with the shortcut. I'm relying on that shortcut.
Oh shit! Yeah, the shortcut.
Oh, Jesus.
I think Tom forgot about the shortcut.
Oh, I'd forgotten about the shortcut. All right, okay. That's fine. That's good. Okay. Well, that's perfect because it ends. It leads directly into this next thing. Okay. So as you now start to speed past the bullywug, and he comes directly towards Haiku, and then jumps on the axolotl's back with a Haiku, and then starts kissing Haiku's neck. It's an attracted to. All right. I was making
To
a
the
joke.
lamb.
Moving
Not
on.
the haiku, to the lamb.
Frogs don't have good eyesight.
Haiku's just there. There's a frog on the shell. Just think of Padlily. Just think of Padlily.
Oh my god.
No, moving away from that. Deeply.
Haiku's next move. I
Very
seduce
far
the
away
frog.
from
He
that.
takes me to the end of the race. He knows. He knows about the end of the race.
Yes. Yes.
Haiku
Yeah,
never
I
finishes
haven't
the race.
used
We
like
never see
charisma
Haiku
yet
again.
or anything like that.
Oh. Haiku comes last twice.
Last time. No.
The timing with the sexual.
Oh my god.
It didn't play. It did play.
It played for me.
Oh.
I heard it too. Oh my god.
Sorry you guys didn't hear it, but it was the play bit of not sexual anyway.
I don't think you'd have heard it over all of us, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry you guys didn't hear that. That was the funniest shit.
I
Fucking
keep
hell.
laughing so hard and tearing up, and so my eyeliner is just, slowly dripping down my face.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh man.
That was really good. I think Docs deserves an inspiration for that
I
one.
think
first.
Docs does deserve
That's
this.
true.
Well, can Docs use an inspiration at the same time as he gets one?
You can use it to cancel the disadvantage on your roll and roll again.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
I want to give
Worth it.
inspiration to whomever redeemed the. Also, it's not sexual in any way voice clip because that was the funniest shit as well.
I agree.
Oh, it was so well timed. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh dear.
Docs, that was so funny. Okay. That's so stupid. Okay, alright. I don't know what the fuck to do anymore.
Next round, let's go.
Next
Shortcut.
round. Next
It's
round.
going to be a
Let's
shortcut,
just
and Randall's
end it
coming
there.
first.
Let's just end it there. Someone dossed the internet.
Game's
or something,
over.
I don't know.
Oh my god. Hi, Graham.
We're the only two that knew about the shortcut, Randall and Haiku.
Yeah, after talking to the axolotls.
This is going to be how they catch up. Because we don't
Maybe.
even know about it.
Haiku, I don't think
Maybe.
Haiku can take it.
This is going to be how Haiku gets launched in a very
Right.
narrow section.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It might happen, who knows?
The race finishes. It's been 6 hours.
Frog on the back.
Haiku's not back.
Okay, right. So, as the stream starts to taper down, okay, and you start to see that the walls of the stream have a little bit more organized. You notice that there are some buildings either side of you. These are made primarily out of coral. Some of them out of reeds and sticks and leaves that have been woven together, and most of them, if not all of them, sit either on the river side or overhanging the river. As you are burning your way towards this more built-up structural area of the Court of the Maelstrom, it is a big U-turn essentially as you go through here, and it starts to meander in a path that is still kind of steadily descending towards what looks like a more built-up area. You're starting to see buildings on the horizon, all of them, each of them made of coral. The axolotls that Haiku and Randall are on, Splash and Dollop, each look up at you and kind of imitate for you to hold your breath. As the first U-turn, not U-turn, well, first breakneck 90-degree turn comes in, you guys you dive beneath the surface, and you find that there are a small kind of network of caves. Underneath the water, you can see that there are huge numbers of schools of fish that are kind of swimming around down here, almost like this is just a thoroughfare just for the fish. Whereas because the rate of the stream is such that if a stream was just going straight down towards into the maelstrom, you suspect it would just cause a mess. Whereas this meandering is sort of slowing the river down a little bit. Because of that, you both get advantages to your speed. However, whilst you get these boons, you will need to be making Constitution saving throws as you are holding your breath.
Even if
Haiku
we
doesn't
have
need
bubble-
to because Haiku.
have
Oh wait,
bubble
you got
kelp.
bubble kelp.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
we all
Then. You
have
guys
bubble
are
kelp.
fine. In which case, you're going to have to roll a.
A ghost step roll, so
Um,
I don't hit anything, and I don't have to
I'm-
roll anything.
That's an option. It's an option. So one of the things I was going to describe is that these tunnels start to get quite close, which is why the axolotl mentioned that Haiku might not fit. You're worried that your shell might bump into one of the tunnels, and you might get lodged. So
Nice.
anyone else, you will be making these sharp turns down the U-turns in order to keep your speed. And I will need, unless you can convince me otherwise, dexterity checks from you. Straight dexterity.
Hmm.
Do you mean a saving throw when you say straight dexterity, or do
No,
you mean a dexterity roll?
Just dexterity roll.
Right, okay. Just for my own knowledge. Okay.
It's
Wait.
okay if you can't. Just to clarify, it's okay if you don't come up with some incredible ruse to do.
You
You're
can see my
okay.
face as I'm reading my character sheet.
What language does the frogman speak?
Are you having a conversation with him as he whispers in your ear?
Oh, is the frogman still here?
Yeah.
Oh,
You are. I
Put
mean,
him
you
on his
are under
shell.
the water now. What have you done with the lamp? Because the lamp is doused the second you go under the water.
It's a magical lamp, Tom.
It is a magical lamp. The lamp itself has magical properties. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it attracts frogs. It'd be pretty shit if it didn't work in the water.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is a otherwise quite useless magical item, so it does douse itself when it goes into the water.
Oh. Okay.
does the frog lose interest
Well,
now?
I don't think there's any. And okay, the frog loses interest, but can they really just jettison themselves if we're going down a really quick, small?
I was joking about them jumping on your back, by the way. If that wasn't clear, that's not something that's
Oh.
happened.
Haiku is severely disappointed.
Okay, well, that's my idea of the head.
I apologize. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear enough. I was joking.
No, that's fine. I have no bullshit here.
No bullshit. That's fine with me. Make your dex roll then, please. Well, I mean, not at the second, but you will be using dex. Anything else for anyone else?
I've got some bullshit.
Oh yeah, I'm listening to the bullshit.
So I've got Ghost Step as like a prepared action in case it gets real toy.
Right.
But before then, I think it's going to be a lot of like bits jutting out that are like dodging around them, which is like dex save.
Yep.
To like stay on the back and avoid.
As opposed to
being
just a
knocked
normal
off.
dex roll.
Yeah.
That would make more sense than those who are above ground because they're just steering, whereas you are avoiding scrapes with the rock. I'm okay with that. Any bullshit from anyone else?
Okay, so that gives me an idea. What if I'm like, we're going too fast. There's no way that I can like be of physical prowess enough to like make this turn gracefully in a way that doesn't like slow us down or like mess
Sure.
up or I don't fall off or something. What if I'm like, I'll just like we'll do like a hit and push off sort of thing. And it's a little scary because I don't really want to like crash into the side, but
Mhm.
it's the only way I can see this going. So what if I were to cast heroism on myself to make me feel brave?
Okay.
And then it's a constitution save because I'm just gonna like, I know I'm gonna
You're just
glance
gonna
off
take
of
it.
it. Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm alright with that. So
Okay.
it's a normal roll for you, but it can be Constitution. It can be Constitution saving throw if you want.
save.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
No advantage with the heroism. To be
Oh yeah,
safe?
if you're burning a spell, then yeah, you
Yeah.
can have advantage. Yeah.
I'm definitely burning a spell.
Okay.
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 So
Haiku is under the water.
so the rest of us are on top of this. Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah,
there's
you
like
would be
sharp
no-
turns happening. Is that
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? Okay. Can I use like a weapon I have to kind of
Yep.
like make sure I don't like hit into anything like either side, like just as we're going around corners to like almost steer us the
Sure.
way it was supposed to go.
I will allow. In fact, I will allow you to do that, and you can use an attack roll to do so. But that will
Right.
be the only opportunity that you can use an attack roll for the rest of this race.
Okay. I was going to attack someone right at the
Nice.
end. Okay.
Stand just
I
ahead
just,
of the finish line. Just
Some
stand.
people will have like quite a high roll advantage for their attack rolls, so I don't want them to like double down and use that more frequently.
Yeah.
So yes, you can absolutely use an attack roll for yours.
Okay.
And maybe Nugget's just going to be bouncing off the walls too.
I was going to say, can Nugget use a survival to kind of like, because he flies a lot and flies in small places to like kind
Oh
of
yeah.
use the same sort of logic.
Know where to follow the current and that kind of stuff. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, in which case, is everyone happy with their rolls?
Yeah.
Please make your rolls. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. We got 90. You guys are neck and neck. My God. 19.
No,
there.
we're not. I just can't gain any ground.
Haiku got a 15 plus a little speed boost. Randall got 21 plus a little speed boost. Nugget got 21.
I hope your definition of little is like 50.
It's not quite that much. It's I mean, you're gaining some ground, but it's
You
to be
said that
fair,
with
this
a-
isn't
with a smirk on your face, Tom. I don't believe you.
well the tunnel that you're taking right now is going to skip the next encounter, so you get another speed boost for the next one. So okay, everyone apart from Haiku and Randall, as you guys are still underwater. Let's add this in. So this river starts to slow here as you've come out of this kind of meandering section, or you're coming out of the end of the meandering section, and you see that there is traffic here. There are wooden boats that have been structured out of branches. It almost seems like they've been kind of carved, or not carved, but like woven with some kind of magic. And you can see here that you are not alone. It's not just axolotls here, not just bullywugs. You can also see that there are some sea elves or water elves who are loading and operating some of these boats. And as they are operating some of these boats, again, you're coming into quite a built-up area now. Lots of kind of nice kind of bluish pastel colors and pinks and stuff that are coming out of the different coral shapes. You are in danger of being struck by one of these boats as it is handling cargo from one to another. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is to determine how you're going to navigate these ships as they are passing cargo between one another. Okay, Haiku and Randall, you guys are going to come up the other side of the boats. Okay, but the tunnels that you are using are once again still very tight. So anything that you can use to endure or to minimize your risks of getting stuck are very useful here. Okay. Oh God, we'll have to look at this total.
I know.
Oh my God, did you put it in the AI generator?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Wow, that's true love. All right. So what are we doing here, team?
I'm solid. Feel me. Solid. Feel me.
Yeah, I'm solid. Oh my God.
killing it.
Okay. That's so good. Right, what are we doing here, team? Navigating some boats and some cargo.
I would like to make Oro go underneath the axolotl and hang underneath them so that they don't have to interfere with the boats. They negate the
Yeah.
boats.
That's cool. I like that a lot. That's a good idea.
Perhaps
What do you want to roll for that?
What makes the perception? That they're perceived the boats? Insight?
Yeah, right,
Maybe
sure.
insight to the
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
All right, we're getting to the end of the race here now. Sure. Yeah, all right. Perception, fine.
Can Nugget just straight fly over them?
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know
That
what
makes
no,
sense.
maybe like a survival thing again.
Sure. Moving on.
How tall are the boats?
These are mostly rowboats for the most part, actually. They don't seem to be capable of going anywhere other than up and down this strait.
How long is the axolotl's tail?
Not super long. It gets very thin, so it becomes, it's not like the bulk of the body. It goes out for maybe 2 feet behind you.
Would that be enough if I were to use the wings to actually, how fast is the thing moving? Is it moving faster than 30 feet? Is it faster than my fly speed? 30?
You think you'd
Axolotl.
match it? Yeah, you'd match it.
Okay, I'd probably do that then. I don't have any other way to get off the ground. I was thinking,
Okay.
I'll hold on to the tail, but if it's not moving faster than me, then I'll just like fly
Cool.
over and land back on
Okay.
as well.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna use your wings.
Yeah.
What else we got? Oh wait, you guys are underground now. What are you doing for your evasion of or rather the navigation of these very tight corridors?
On Haiku's shell, there is an item called the Ever Ink Feather. It's a quill which never runs out of ink. So I'm thinking, give it a little squeeze, lube themselves up. Not as easy to get stuck then.
Hold on,
Silicone-based
writing the
ink.
timestamp for lube yourself up there.
Give it a little squeeze and lube yourself up.
Okay, click it. There'll be, I'm
that's a
solid,
great
feel
idea.
me, and then lube yourself up.
Yeah.
You know what that needs to be? The first one needs to be quite cheap, and then the second one needs to be quite expensive. So if you want to go for the combo, you got to really invest.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay,
And
I like
because
that
it's a magical
idea.
Item.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. I'll give you Arcana. Yeah. How about Randall?
So after trying to dodge the bits of stuff for a while, Randall's gonna do, because he's a charger, he's gonna just like use that and just like push through or any obstacle, or just like deflect them past him.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
For
I,
like
I like that.
which is like a strength
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Just like
What? Just
Clamp
strength, straight
himself.
up strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you
why not
wanna
a
put a
strength
skill on it?
save? A strength save. Yeah, no, a strength save.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because
Yeah,
he's holding
sure.
on. He's got to like try and stay on, and he's not like trying to knock the
Yeah,
bits of rock over. He's just trying to like deflect them, but using
Okay,
that kind of
alright.
charger ability.
I think that's fine. So I mean, parts of these tunnels are lined with coral and stuff like that. So you're not going to like straight up take damage because you're stupid enough to jump into a bunch of rocks. You'll be okay. So roll us your dice.
Okay. I didn't pick which roll I'm gonna make. I realized.
Oh, by the way, it's getting like surprisingly close between some people here. In fact,
yeah.
yeah, like second place is a bit of a toss up right now.
That's
It
what I
was-
figured.
Did
ahead.
the underwater people have advantage still? Or not?
Yeah. You guys got advantage. Yeah.
Oh,
So
You've also got a slight speed boost.
could we say that, because I didn't pick what I'm rolling, I forgot that I needed to do that.
Mhm. No, did you?
Because
Oh, yeah,
no,
you're
I
flying.
just
Yeah,
said
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
using the wings.
Mhm.
So because normally I can't, like, she's not really like actively use those except when she's wanting to like help somebody, right? I feel
Right.
like this is like, it's an innate part of her being, it's part of her like natural sort of like aura, things like that. Because I'm having to kind of like convince myself to do it when it's not like pertinent to helping someone, maybe I'm charisma saving against myself.
Honestly, I think that's a good explanation. I'll take
Okay,
that as charisma
thank
save, yeah. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay,
Can
right.
I use my inspiration to reroll mine?
Every time I get decent
Not
rolls,
even
everyone else
one,
does them
but-
so much better.
It's funny how every time we've got nearly rolling, Oro just either is exactly on or like slightly, like it's like one difference either side.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny.
Do
It's
I
like-
mention the D6s you've both still got?
That's true. I'm waiting. Let me know when we're at the last round because
We're getting real close. Like it's we're at the tail end of the race now.
Yeah, just let me know when the last round is and where I feel like I'm at. Give me a number update. decide whether I'm gonna use that.
Let me double check.
Because I didn't realize that we could use things like lucky, and I would definitely have re-rolled that 7 with my sorcerer's thing. So now that I haven't done that,
Yeah.
There
Well,
are
I
no
didn't think of
rules.
it, right?
The only rule
Yeah.
is bullshit.
The only rule is this is a race of bullshit.
I really try hard not to pull out the Katie bullshit too much, but you put me in a situation where I have to
You
do
guys-
it, so I'm like,
yeah. Well, this is
Wait,
this
what
is
do you mean
the,
you pulled slow immediately? Bullshit.
oh, that's not
Literally
Katie
okay.
bullshit.
No,
That's
that was
just
just
using
bullshit.
my spells. That was just bullshit. There's a difference between bullshit and Katie bullshit. Katie bullshit is like I'm charisma saving against myself. That's Katie bullshit. That's
Okay. So this actually is the last of our rounds.
oh.
And I'm not going to
alright.
give you a value update because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Wait,
did
this
I get?
one or the one we're
Jeez.
doing next?
This is the last one. This is the
All
very
right.
last one.
Add that 6 to my last roll. Then I did
Okay.
somehow.
I want to
manage
use
to
my
do that.
inspiration to reroll my advantage.
Yes, you can if you want to. Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Oh, really?
Oh.
Really?
It's almost this exactly
Oh my
the
god,
same.
it's almost
thing.
the exact
Really?
same roll.
It is. It's one different. And the lower number.
Oh dear! Wow! Oh, things were getting real close there as well. All right, so
I told you to say that.
Oro got a 27. Nerly got a 26.
Plus 6, so 32.
Plus 6.
plus 5 onto.
Yeah, plus 5 on mine.
oh my
okay.
god.
Still one.
even,
You got
huh?
the same value. Haiku got a what?
Don't matter.
Oh, you got
Don't
18. You
matter.
got 18.
Could I use an inspiration to use some bullshit with the blink spell and just blink to the finish line?
That's not how Blink works.
That's what the inspiration's for. To inspire the blink to work.
No, you cannot. Nugget got an 18. Okay. So, wow. Okay. This was a lot closer at certain points, slightly less close now. As at the first place
Was the other point that it was close at the start line?
No. There was
I feel like it was.
there was a moment where Randall was really close to
And then he
taking
rolled
a-
2 13s.
Yeah, rolled pretty poorly, and Randall nearly rolled well. So skirting in at the finish line is Oro. Hasn't seen anyone for a while. Hasn't really made any effort to, to dampen anyone else's spirits or slow them down in any way. It's just having a fun time. Just having a nice little race. Skirting in with 241, we have Oro. Then we have in second place Nerly with 199.
Oh,
She was 42 points ahead of you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
And in third place, we have Randall with 173. And Nugget, 172.
Still just one
So
behind.
close. In last place, we have Haiku with 154.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Haiku was not built for racing axolotls, unfortunately.
No.
speed.
Not built for
No.
speed, but regardless, round of applause, everybody.
Yay!
Incredible race. Good job, all.
This is hilarious because there's that like trope or also real life experience where there's like one person who has a friend and they're just like, oh, I love my friend, they're so great, and the friend is like secretly competitive against that friend all the time, and the first one like has no idea. This is like Oro and Nerly during this race. It's like Oro's just like, this is so fun, and Nerly's like, you're always one up Not actually, she doesn't feel that way. But it's like the AU version of this, where it's like Oro's just living her life, and Nerly's like, I can't do it. Nothing matters. It's so funny.
Well, we finish our axolotl race after some stream difficulties last time as well. Spread across 2 sessions with Arrow. I've had a tiny little nip of whiskey, and that's what's got me. We've got Oro in first place, Nerly in second place. We've got Randall in third, Nugget in fourth, and Haiku in fifth. Congratulations, everyone, on the lovely race. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that the rules got a little bit squiggly in the middle there.
You did great. It was a lot of fun.
But you come skirting to a finish, and what you've found yourself in is this giant.
Yeah, I was gonna say what we've established here is that Haiku's a gentleman.
Yes.
Because he came last twice. Right?
Wow. So you skirt into the finish line, which is apparently a large circular pool. Around the sides of this pool are more built up areas. You see clusters of buildings. Some of them are quite large and shaped like kind of cathedrals. Others are much smaller, kind of like huts. You can see that there are some market stalls spread around even. Things that draw your eyes immediately is a central statue in the center of this large pool. It is maybe, 120 feet across. And in the center of this is a statue that is on a column. And just underneath the column is it's kind of like a stone cage almost. The cage descends into the depths of the water, and you can see under the surface, the water is not calm. It is not tranquil. It is not delicately, holding you aloft. In fact, underneath the surface is a swirling kind of tempest that is drawing water under the surface into something deeper, almost like a maelstrom of some kind. You on the top, however, are perfectly safe. At the top of the column, you can see that there is a statue of a fey-like axolotl creature, much like the axolotls you've been racing on today. They have very kind of clear axolotl features, but kind of from their head branch these kind of tree-like shapes, these bunches, and they have a long, slender body with kind of a tail that extends downwards. I'm going to put them on the screen for you. There you go.
Ooh! Oh my god, it's so cute.
Oh.
So this is a statue in the center of this kind of this whirlpool, almost, of water in the center of this settlement. Okay. Hi, Tortu.
Hi, Tortu.
When we cross the finish line, since I still have a little bit of wing left, can I grab Drip and do a cute little fly up in the air and oh, that was so fun or whatever, and then we're looking at the statue as we fly back down into the water? Okay.
Sure. The axolotls underneath you are exhausted, but as each of the other axolotls bring you closer to the kind of the bank, they start to, you can see, communicate to one another, and they seem like they might be chatting shit.
What are they saying? I can hear them.
You can hear them. They just said, "Wow, it was so fast! Oh man, I did amazing. You were rubbish. What do you mean I was rubbish? I was so quick. You cheated. Oh, I didn't cheat." That kind of, they're just bantering with each other. And they're just talking. They're just chatting amongst one another. Oro, Drizzle kind of takes you to the shore, to the bank, and allows you to disembark, and then flaps their flippery wings just above you and gives you a kiss upon the forehead. And they, after kind of disembarking each of you, you see that they kind of bundle together, start chatting to one another. And Haiku, you can hear them say, "Oh, wait, which one gets the gift? Which one gets the gift? Okay, that one, the little green one gets the gift. Okay." And then one of them swims away for a moment. You can see that under the bottom of this pool, there are some other kind of like coral structures, and one of them kind of goes into one of the holes that you can see a little orifice that comes out of once again, and boom, spits something out of their hand into your out of their mouth into your hands, and it's a pearlescent globe that is kind of squidgy and soft to the touch. You can see that it's got a little bit of a membrane about it. And they kind of jibber jabber to you, and you don't have any idea what they're saying.
I look at Haiku.
Haiku, they say that this is a sea gem, that they've kept hold of it for a special occasion, and that you could use it to become a bit more like them.
Well, I will use their exact words when I translate it.
The smooch upon the forehead means that at some point, until forever, you can retain for as long as you like. You can guarantee a 20 on the dice.
Oh.
It's not
Nice.
limited to today. You can use it whenever you like, but it is consumable just the once.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
what
you
you're
can
saying
guarantee a
is
20.
the rich get richer. People who roll good on the dice get good rolls in the future.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Welcome to life, Jack.
D&D capitalism.
Yeah, there you go.
Except such a hard life lesson in a D&D lesson.
Yeah.
And Nerly, you get a little peck on the forehead as well from Drip. In a similar vein, at any point you are able to redeem an advantage.
An advantage, okay.
Yeah, it's a consumable, but it will last indefinitely. So you can use it one time whenever you would like. It's not going to just disappear at the end of the day.
Laura's gonna keep that forever.
Yeah, it's a hardcore hoarding thing there. It's never going to get used. So those are your rewards for winning the race. I didn't want them to be, game-breakingly strong, but I thought it was nice.
But they're real cute.
Mhm,
The axolotl kisses. Magic kisses.
So you are introduced. Kind of Splash starts talking away to Haiku and says, "Welcome to our settlement at the Maelstrom."
Who do we speak to for this tithe? Who's your leader? Take me to your leader.
You should probably speak to Crenea, but she's scary.
Oh, how is she scary?
Well, he looks up to the statue in the center of the pool.
Is it a big statue? Like, is it like big?
It's not immodest in size. It is, it's out of the water by about 20 feet, and then on top of it, it's about another 10 feet tall. And it's an impressive statue.
Okay.
You can see that in one hand, she is holding a glowing pearl, and the other hand is held out as if it was to be holding something, but the hand is empty.
Oh. Is she that big in real life? Or is it just a statue?
She's that big in real life.
Ooh. Is something missing? I mean, got a keen eye. She's holding one thing, and the other hand looks like she's holding something else, but there's nothing in the hand.
Yeah, there's something missing.
What is it?
Oh, it's a rod, I think. I was very young when it went missing.
Oh. Okay. So we should be cautious about talking to Grenaya?
No, I don't want to take you to her because she's scary.
Oh, I mean, you've done more than enough. Do you at least point us in the right direction?
Well, the Grand Hall is that way, and she kind of points north.
Okay. Thank you very much.
If you go through the market and follow the pathways, I think you'll find it, but it's mostly streams.
Oh.
There's footpathing. Not all of the people that are here are, capable.
Yeah, not everyone's good enough to be, capable to swim and live in the water. It's You do right
It's not
stuff.
about being good enough. They're just otherwise capable, you know? Not
Okay,
water
yeah,
capable.
Yeah, put me in that list. Not as woke as Haiku thinks to you.
Haiku's learning lessons. It's all right. We're all learning
Exactly. You know, they're like 40. I have to learn these things.
lessons. Okay. So they kind of gesture towards that, but you get an opportunity now to kind of scan the surroundings that are adjacent to you. Can we have just a passive perception roll for you? I say passive perception, I mean I'm describing it as a passive perception roll. I'd just like you to roll perception for me, please. Remember, I don't use passive perception because it takes all the fun out of perception.
All of us, or just Haiku?
Everybody.
Okay.
You kind of just try to take in the scene as you are looking around. Without advantage. Oh wait, you get advantage because you're good eyes.
Oh, yes, I did that on purpose.
I just forgot to click back to normal.
That's fine. That's fine.
The only thing is, if I am using my eyes, the thing I better be perceiving needs to be within 120 feet.
Yeah. That's fine.
So I can see it real good unless it's further than that.
Okay, that's fine. So Haiku, Nerly, and Randall all rolled extremely well. I need to set the DCs higher.
No, you don't.
You have
So
a 10 to perception.
I'm just describing the scene around you a little bit. So it's just there's a particular reason that I wanted this to be a check rather than just me describing it to you. So surrounding you, you can see that there are several kind of lean-to sort of structures, as I described, as you saw coming down the stream. There are buildings that are made of coral, but also of reeds, leaves, sticks, that are just placed in a way that enables people to live or rest next to the water. This doesn't surprise you really, because you kind of put one and two together, and you kind of recognize that many people who live here might need access to the water. And whilst they might not, want to always spend their time in the water, they might need to be able to get in and out quite quickly. You can see that there are a couple of boats down here still, but frisbee fetch is cute. But you can see around you that there is plenty of life to this place. Immediately, you recognize that some of the fish are not under the water. They are floating, swimming in the air above the water that you've just
Silly fish.
traveled through.
Stupid.
Flying fish.
And they kind of float and swim towards the statue, and they do like a kind of little swirl around it, and then they float off in a different direction. Those of you who rolled very high, notice one particular denizen that draws your attention. There are plenty of citizens here. You can see that there are all sorts of people walking around, including plenty of bullywugs, the frog people. You can see that there are a few turtles who are walking around the place. You see several elf-style, humanoids. Some of them have, very pale blue features, and you assume that they are water elves or sea elves. But you also see someone who's at the edge who is clearly a mermaid, elf-like features, but a fish tail. They kind of push themselves into the water and swim away. The person that draws your attention the most is one turtle in particular, who is resting against. They seem to have a bit more of a advanced shelter beside them. They seem to have built up using some kind of crafting of reeds and a few fragments of stone and some coral, a shelter that enables them to stay in the water forever, basically, if they want to. They have some pulleys and a system of them that enables them. It looks like it might hook underneath somebody's arms, because it's like a little jetty almost that sticks out into the water. and they have shelving units that are around them. This looks like, whilst the other buildings look like they are like lean-tos that someone might rest in, maybe, you know, be there if they want to be next to the water but not in the water. This is their home. Like, this is their actual home. And the reason that this draws you a lot of attention is because this particular turtle has a shell that is covered in items.
Oh my god, you can have it clicked off.
Oh my
Or
god.
they're related.
I'm gonna go straight over to this particular turtle with little regard to everyone else.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
So you, they are in their own world. They are what appears to be they kind of just seem to be reading a book. Honestly, they are reading a text and they're just leaning on their arms are on these particular like wooden planks they got either side of them, that enable them to have access to the water so easily. And they're just reading a book, so you can waltz right up to them without really drawing any attention to yourself. You immediately recognize this turtle. This is Chiasmus, and she is your cousin.
Spell that name for me quickly.
Yeah.
Please.
I'll put it in Twitch chat for you.
Thank you. Glad you made it easy to pronounce.
It's actually a reference, but
Ooh, what the?
you want to do an intelligence check?
Ooh.
What, Haiku or
In-game
me?
reference.
You.
Yeah, I'll do an int check.
I mean, once everybody is introduced to Chiasmus, they are also able to do an in check if they'd like. But Chiasmus is a poetry term. It's a term. It's the terminology for when a particular line of text is flipped on itself. So an example I've got written down here is, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That is Chiasmus.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that Nathan Hale? That's Nathan
Oh,
Hale. I
right.
think.
That's some stupid ass American shit, I don't patriotism in here. It's but yeah, so that's an example of chiasmus. Turn the lamp on without blinding myself. So that maybe makes sense considering your name is also poetry terminology.
Yeah, it still didn't click with me until you just said that then. Nice one, Tom.
Good.
Many
like
of your
what you did
family,
there.
thank you. Many of your family members have similar names.
Well, yeah, you know, Uncle Sonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were the other ones?
Yeah, continue.
couple of stanzas in there.
Desperately, a couple of stanzas. Is that weirdo? Iambic pentameter.
Oh, I love a bit of iambic pentameter.
Oh, that was
Doesn't
John
it?
F. Kennedy.
Which is-
Actually, never mind. I don't even. We'll not get into that right now.
I'm gonna wander up to Chiasmus. Chiasmus?
Sure.
Is that you?
Haiku?
It's been a while.
You've got so much on your show.
I mean, you got a fair amount as well.
It's so good to see. It's so good to see. She's got like genuinely huge amounts of tears welling up in her eyes.
I want to go in
she-
for a hug, but it's gonna be this really awkward hug because we've both got so much shit on us.
Yeah, she beckons for you to come to her, but she doesn't get out of the water.
Okay. Well, I'll lean down. And,
Okay. You have a
do I see anything when I lean down?
roll me a perception check.
Do they get awkwardly stuck together like people with braces when they kiss?
You notice that she is missing both of her legs.
Okay. Okay. Well, what's going on then? I mean, we've got what 35 years of catching up to do.
I, j- I just can't believe how much you've grown and how big your shell's got.
Well, yeah, man, I was only little when you left.
That's- I'm just so proud of how much you've collected. The person that you've become must be just. I'm so excited to learn everything that you've everything you've. Just tell me everything. Just tell me everything. It's so nice to see you.
Well, that case, Haiku will start lifting off an inventory. In chronological
Does this count as a short
order.
rest for the rest of the party?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. You're
Aw.
welcome. You're welcome to go off and explore. If you guys want to do something else, you don't have to be here if you want to do other things. But for Haiku, this is a more of a long interaction.
I feel like
Um,
Nerly is like she's kind of still flappy floating and is like and will slowly just like end up on the ground as the wings go away.
So you guys just have a long. So this for your family is whilst other people might kind of think it's a little bit materialistic to talk about things that you own. For your family, it's essentially the equivalent of catching up on your deepest like emotions. Like it's an incredibly personal way for you to connect.
I mean,
and-
just the chances of coming across another member of your family in the wild is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
slim.
Precisely, yeah. I mean, you had to go to a different plane.
Yeah,
to
this will be the
bump
first
into
time
somebody.
Haiku will have ever seen another member of his family since they left Ahoy Hoy.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, the whole time that you guys are conversing, she's just like on the edge of tears the whole time, but it's like happy tears, like she's just elated to see you. And she reels off like a nice little list of some of the items that she's collected.
Ooh, any of note?
She shows you the invisible ring.
Lovely.
It's a ring that's invisible.
It looks really nice.
Got a nice weight to it.
She shows you the quill of rage,
Ooh.
and she shows it to you, and you get some parchment, and she shows that the quill, no matter how much ink it's dipped in, does not ever draw on anything unless it's a scribble in the side margins.
Oh, I like that.
I was expecting like could only write really angry letters to people.
Like howlers from the wizard book.
From the wizard book. I'm reading these from a pre-written list, and they're so good. She shows you the shirt of pants. As long as you wear this item, you're immune to the naked status.
Oh, I think in response to that, Haiku would be keen to show off the. Let me just get up the spreadsheet. Would be keen to show off the hat of ring of boot detection.
Wait, say it again.
Wait,
The
the what?
It's the hat of ring of boot detection. It's a hat which detects where a ring is, which helps detect where the boots are.
Right. Okay.
Full ensemble. She shows you the tome of uselessness. Whenever the plain brown tome is opened, it immediately closes itself.
Oh, I have a friend who would probably like to see that.
I've seen one of
She
those on
also-
Facebook.
She she shows you also, not last but not least, there are many others. The wand of egg that summons one egg.
Is it a giant egg or just a normal
No,
egg?
it's just a normal egg.
I wonder.
Could be useful. It's probably the most useful of the useless items.
Yeah, honestly, I cannot tell you the number of times I've gone to like bake something and I'm an egg short.
Precisely. Precisely.
I think when we've done sort of swapping lists, we get to the awkward topic of have you found it?
Nothing.
I think I might be onto something.
What? No, that would be fucking with me. Come on now.
No. I sort of point over to wherever you three have gone off. Oh, so we're wondering if we end up in the Feywild. Not on purpose.
Yeah, how did that happen?
That's an old story on its own. we'll
Okay.
get to
Oh, yeah.
And we came across this big tree made of books, and then it like
We made a
got into
book, sure.
some
Yeah.
weird dream thing where I was well, I wasn't really that different compared to everyone else.
What does that say about me?
And in there, I found something like the questing beast.
What's that?
If you can find the questing beast, it will give you give you whatever you want. It will give you what you most desire. And I think that's what we need to find. The questing beast.
Questing beast.
It didn't say where it was, but it's the questing beast.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
And that was from some weird tree made of books.
Tree made a book sounds legit. We're in the Feywild.
Yeah, I've had a rough time, to be honest, in the Feywild. It's not been ideal. I point to the bark. I suppose you got anything for this, have you?
Grace. That's funny. Sorry, you point to, you say what, sorry?
Point to the tree.
Oh no. Oh, come in the water,
Get down into the water then.
I mean, being like more submerged in the water, you can feel that there's a tingling sensation around your kind of like growing, not wound, but bark that is becoming part of your skin.
Yes, Docs. It's on the shell, so it gets shown.
There's a full inventory. And at that point, she was like, "Yeah, of course we'd collect that. Of course, why would you not collect that? Yeah, definitely."
It keeps
Makes
their
sense.
memory alive.
Yeah, precisely. There's like a kind of a tingling sensation that is a little bit itchy, and it never stops.
Is this meant to be itching?
Oh yeah.
Is this healing it?
She looks down and she kind of lifts up her leg stumps. Not sometimes.
Do you mind me asking what happened? Because I mean, you had. No, you. Did something happen to your legs?
Yeah, they weren't always like this.
Well, I know that. I'm just... What caused them? You don't have to tell me. I'm not gonna.
Do you have something to drink? I don't like
No.
telling the story without a drink.
Not on the shelf. I got the lovely bottle tanker from a Hoi Hoi. If I do find some drink, I'll go off and find some drink.
All right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
I'll
there's a
go.
market nearby. Yeah, there's a market
You got any
nearby.
recommendations?
The Afrayan whiskey's pretty good.
Gotcha. We'll grab a bottle of that.
What's everyone else doing?
Yeah, probably fascinated by the interaction, assuming that we can understand what they're talking about. They're
Oh
not
God, yeah,
speaking
what language?
They might be Aquining the whole time.
They started off in Aquan, definitely, 100%. I mean, at least I suspect that Chiasmus probably responded immediately in Aquan and then switched to whatever language that Haiku was using. So would Haiku have continued in Aquan, or would you have gone to common for
Haiku
everyone
would have
else?
probably continued Aquan, to be honest.
Okay, all right. So you guys
It's a
aren't getting a huge
remembrance
amount of it.
home.
Sure.
Has no, I currently understand Aquin, right? It depends how long it's been.
It's been God.
1 week since you looked at me.
Let's say it's been 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I still have like forever, right? Because I think it's an hour.
Yeah. I mean, it was a as races go, that was a fairly long race, but as rounds go, that was 10 minutes is an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I understand, which is good because I just wrote a whole bunch of notes about it. It's awkward when I write a bunch of notes about things I don't understand.
Okay, all right. So you understand. Probably nobody else does.
Are you giving us the like cliff notes?
Oh, if you're like hanging around, then yeah, I'll try and.
Oh, actually, yeah, fair enough. So the race was about 10 minutes, but these guys have been talking about their inventories for a while. That's probably gone on for. I think now your spell runs out.
Right, that's fair enough. So yeah,
I like to think
been...
it's sort of like mid sentence, something really juicy is about to go.
Oh yeah.
And we go some. Oh, and look what I've had.
I also like to imagine that Aquin is just common but bubbly sounding, but we still can't understand it for some
That's
reason.
just more. It's mind-boggling.
So it's like when Dory speaks whale and she's just saying it really long. They're like, and we're just like, oh darn.
Wish I could understand. Wow.
Wish I
so hard to
knew.
know.
Yeah. It's like it's just an accent, and you just can't parse it. No, I can't.
So
But
I'll be giving you the play-by-play of like that item that summons one egg, I think. Explain to me if it's one egg or like one egg a day, but an egg.
Like breakfast at least once a day. That's what Nerly says in response, even though that doesn't really.
Wow. So I mean, your spells run out, and now they're kind of blobbing away to each other. Haiku steps away and looks like they want to go look for something else for a second. Haiku, you kind of turn around to the rest of your party who are just sat there. Like, Oro is half-heartedly throwing a frisbee to Nugget, but mostly paying attention to Randall, who Randall was like looking towards you, whereas Oro and Nurali were looking towards Randall. So it's pretty clear to you that Randall has been trying to either lip read or like translating what you've been saying.
Well, sort of. That's my cousin, Charismus. I haven't seen her since I left Ahoy Hoy. I want to go grab a drink for us both to share.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you don't mind.
Should we go with you to? I'll go with you to get the drink.
Yeah, you can come on. I mean, you can go. You don't have to watch us if you don't want to.
Yeah, we'll come and have a look around the market. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's go.
Okay. So you step away towards the marketplace. The marketplace is not super busy. In fact, it really barely really reflects the marketplace as you might know it. There are stalls, but almost none of them seem to be manned by anybody. There is nobody really stood there asking for any kind of money. So in this case, it's not really as much of a marketplace as it is just stalls. Oh, go ahead, Randall.
Oh, I was going to ask if we could do a bio break soon.
Oh, good. Yeah. Very good point. Let me finish describing this, then bio break. Is that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you are seeing around you, like I said, these stalls do not seem to be, staffed by any means. There are a couple of people who are kind of sat around, but they seem to be doing their own thing. You can see there are a couple of stalls that have, for the most part, it seems to be like seaweed. Like there's some kelp there as well, some like nori. But there's also seems to be like some quite well prepared fish. Once you see there are fish still swimming around in schools above you, it does appear that not everybody here is completely vegetarian, and some have been prepared and kind of just left on the side. You can see that there are some kind of leather clothes as well as not so much cotton, but you can see that there is some like woven material that appears to be, just again sat on a stall to itself. There are lots of kind of like clothing stores that you might expect to see. You can see like there's some bunch of sandals and some large reed woven hats. And you can see there are a couple of like sea elves that appear to be like browsing the wares.
Wait, hold on. Did you say a hat?
Yeah.
There was hats there? Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Okay. So whilst you guys, so that's the general gist of the stalls. If there's anything in particular that maybe your character is interested in browsing in particular that isn't on the list that I gave you, you could feel free to ask, was there a stall for XYZ? And we'll talk about it. Otherwise, bio break.
Yes.
Okay, have a bio break right now. For those of you who aren't familiar with our streams or our bio breaks, they're quick. We do our business and we return. So we don't have like a pre-written 10-15 minute mark. It's just going to be us. We're going to come back and chat whenever. All right.
Yep, what you said.
Akamo.
First back. Well, Tom and I got back at exactly the same time, it seems. Hi! I love that.
Hello.
Hello.
Whew. Just turn away from the do-good penis. Okay. I can close my axolotl race spreadsheet down.
That was such a cool thing. I loved that so much.
I had a lot of fun coming up with stuff to happen. I was kind of just like, okay, so it all needs to be like water themed. Like, what can I come up with that's going to be relevant? And I so badly wanted us to have a bit of like not intense, oh my god, everything's going to try and betray us. Like, just some wholehearted fun.
Yeah, that was good.
So I'm glad that everybody, fucked about a little bit, I'm glad there was some fucking about. Because if we had nobody trying to do anything saucy, that would have been pretty boring.
That's what I figured.
Certainly fucking about. That box is well and truly ticked.
Yeah, I like to be honest, Oro couldn't really fuck about. That wasn't like,
Cruising ahead.
Oro doesn't really have any like spells that's like mischief related. Like, I couldn't do anything.
Well, but also it's not as much in her character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's
Could you triple class next time? Get just one mischievous spell from another class.
Yeah, what I need is to be Arcane Trickster on just every character I am, just in case. The race.
Okay. I'm glad Grace is a fan of the do-good penis. Oh my goodness, so bright. And yet
Yep.
here he is.
That's
He
because I
turns
gotta
to us.
come down from heaven.
Well.
That's what my mummy
Oh.
said.
Right. So I'm going to take this off repeat.
Okay.
Oh,
And
and
we're
music
just
has
gonna-
not worked for me all evening, and I even refreshed.
Oh.
Oh, it's been good music as well.
I like it a lot.
Have so much upbeat music to be playing. Damn. Right. I'm just going to have this on looping throughout this playlist. I think. Oh, don't click that. Yes. Okay. All right. We're back from outer space. Feel free to adjust the music volumes as you go through if they get a little bit saucy. One of them in particular, actually, is it? Did I put it in this playlist? I did put it in this playlist. A lot of these are like just nice upbeat ones, but then one of them just suddenly like an electric guitar comes out of nowhere and it just gets really intense. So maybe I'm gonna just like find that and put its audio down a bit. It's not a very, it's a good song, but the balancing is really weird because the beginning is quiet and then it gets louder and louder gradually, and then the electric guitar comes in at the end. It's very loud. I considered that for the race, but I thought the one we chose in the end was quite good. Okay, so you're perusing the stalls. What are you looking for?
A drink?
Yeah, I forgot the specific type of whiskey you mentioned, but Haiku definitely
Ephraim.
didn't forget.
Sure. The Ephraim whiskey.
Yeah.
After some browsing, you unfortunately just drop me an investigation check.
Nice.
Okay. You don't find any Ephraim whiskey, but you do find some axolotl sake.
I will take that instead.
Okay. Is potent, you suspect. It's in a kind of a very creamy white bottle that almost looks a little bit like the bottle itself has been shaped out of like seashell almost. It's kind of got that
cool.
texture to it as well. It's got like a makeshift cork that's just kind of some mulched reed that's been hardened and shoved in the top. And I mean, maybe you grabbing that and going back, or is there anything else you want to browse with there?
I'll pretty much just be going straight back to it.
Okay. Anyone else?
I want to look out for some like exotic inks if there are any. Maybe there's some creatures that produce.
There
like,
are
interesting
absolute.
inks.
That is. You're in the right place. You are absolutely in the right place. There are. I mean, you have to do a little bit of a delve for this. So can you give me an investigation check?
I can. Yes, it's happening right now.
Can I help you with that?
Does maybe Randall mention that he's looking for some?
Yeah,
some
like as
inks?
you're going around, like Randall is probably just like definitely overlooking things which are 100% ink to everyone else being like, oh man, I hope they have some like cool ink or something here. So like going around looking for
You can
the
absolutely.
whiskey.
How's Oro gonna help?
By hearing that and seeing all of the things around and going like,
Sure.
it's like a big
Sure.
sign that says ink hit. There's like a dude that's spinning it around. Cool magical ink.
The
Like-
sign is shaped like a squid, and
Yeah.
the top of the squid is the arrow.
Randall's just there like, can I see past you, see if there's ink behind you?
You get the help action, then please feel free to roll with advantage. Okay. So surely enough, you find, or rather Oro helps you find and points out to you, a stall that is, so like, as the stalls move on, you can see that some of them are like themed almost, but they're not themed is as in like these are where the clothes go, this is where the food goes, this is the miscellanea. It's grouped by the creature or the the material that was made out of. So in this particular area, you kind of just glaze over it just because you're focused elsewhere. You're in this entirely new environment. It's very magical and new, and maybe even a little bit on guard, and maybe you're looking at people instead of things. Whereas Oro is just like, isn't that a tentacle? And points directly towards a squid that has been laid out, and next to it you can see that there are some ink pots. You suspect that if you spend the whole day here, you might be able to find something a little bit more exotic. But this is straight from the squid.
Fresh. But is there like a little sample next to it, like where you can see what it looks like when it's on the page?
No, but you suspect that you could grab one of your quills and piece of parchment.
I wanna try and ask if I can just do like a test write with it.
There's nobody here.
No one here.
No one
Is
to
it
ask.
not like all the stationery shops that have like a piece of like a pad of paper and like a bunch of kids have like used all the gel pens on it and like
Nope.
written Emily was here or something?
Freshly milked. Oh my god.
I hate that.
Squid milk. Just quietly, I hate that.
Oh, so there's no one like manning the stall.
No.
Okay. I don't think Randall touches anything then. It's just like, this is strange. I don't like it. And
Give me. You know what? No, continue as you were. I don't want to impose too much on your exploration.
it's like this. Is this just has someone just left their supplies out? Is this actually a stall? I don't understand. I'm just gonna.
I think
Thank you.
Oro would notice that Randall is being like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And Oro just she goes, hello? So you know what? Can we get some help?
Nobody stops, but you notice that a bullywug walks past you and kind of gives you a weird look.
Sir, hi. Let's see if I can like talk to him and get his attention.
One
you-
song got real upbeat.
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
loud
I
real
was
quick.
like-
I was just like, finding the controls. turn
Judge,
your
good to
power.
roll 20.
Turn you down a little bit. I'm going to turn all of them down just preemptively, assuming that they're going to get real loud. Gonna have to be quick on the. That music is real loud. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. So the difficulty is that this is from a different provider, which I paid the license for, by the way, which has a different audio level to all of the other sounds that I've used. So I have to kind of manually go through them and check them a little bit. But if you do the dial on your side, it should be all right.
Mhm.
Sorry for that volume issues. That's on our side. So he kind of just gives you a bit of a weird. What's the problem? It just gets
sir.
louder.
Yeah,
my
I
God.
can't
It
tell.
did get louder.
It's just getting louder.
How
Just on the
dynamic.
mic.
What's the problem?
Sorry. We're new here. Do we? Can we like try things? But how do we buy things here? How do you?
What?
If we wanted to like test something or buy something, there's nobody here. Do we have to find someone to give the money to?
This is just communal stuff. You just take what you need.
Oh, is there no like exchange for something else?
No, why would we take stuff?
Oh. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
He's
Wow.
gonna walk on with his day.
Wait, so it's free,
Yeah.
but why?
Well, maybe they're just living life better than us. You should take
It
some.
kind of makes sense. If nobody just takes all the stuff and makes you trade things for it, then it's easier for everyone, right? It's kind of how it was. where I was before. One of the good things about it is everybody had what they needed.
I'll try. I'll try a little bit of ink then on some of my own parchment.
Yeah.
Get the nib feel.
Oh, it gives you that beautiful nib feel. Excellent nib feel. It's not too slick, but it glides nice and smooth. There's no kind of gravelly texture to it, but you can just about feel the the parchment beneath your quill.
Okay, I'll take a little pot, but I also I want to do an insight check to see if a narwhal tusk that's studded with something, but I didn't write down what, that we have got at some point and is in my inventory would be an offensive thing to leave on a communal table of stuff
Roll me an insight check.
as a trade.
You are unable to determine whether or not it would be offensive. So whether or not you consider doing it anyway, you're a bit on the fence about it.
I feel like I should leave, so I don't want to like just take stuff. So I'm gonna put this back. I should bring out like the narwhal tusk.
Oh, God, I'd forgotten about it.
I didn't remember that we had that. Where did we get that?
I have no idea.
Pirate
Love
cave,
it.
I think.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I don't know why.
That's where I got a pearl of power too, and I have forgotten about this whole time until I looked at my inventory earlier and I was like, huh. I'm so happy to have a mermaid pearl. I didn't even remember that it was.
Yeah. Because Oro has like people knowledge, could she do like an insight thing and be like, do I think this would be a...
She's got street smarts.
She's got street
Yeah.
smart.
Stream
You can-
smarts.
You're also able to roll an insight check if you like, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, that.
nice.
Okay. As Randall walks off, he spies a narwhal walking past and just busts it.
Oh god.
Oro, you kind of suspect that it's probably not the place for it to go, considering all of the other items that are left here seem to be kind of like fresh. Like maybe it's something that could be bartered for if there was an individual who was interested in bartering it, and maybe it probably wouldn't be taken as an offensive thing, since narwhal tusks are gonna, fall off naturally with age and death.
Mhm.
And the community here
axles.
seem to be, from what you've seen, recycling things like that doesn't seem to be an issue. One of the buildings next to you seems to be made out of, like, you can see that it's like a lean-to that just has a giant shell of like a lobster, that like the carapace that's been placed there and is being used as like plating for part of the wall. Like, it doesn't seem unnatural to the people here to reuse materials if it's respectful. That's your thoughts.
Okay, I tell all that to Randall.
Okay. Well, I guess I just won't put anything down, and we'll just walk away.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels a bit weird. We're not made for this place. What do we do?
Well, I feel like I want to give something back.
Yeah.
Is there a textiles type stall?
Yeah, you can see that there's some textiles that have been left aside. Again, it's mostly things like reeds that have been prepared by somebody. You can see that there's some seaweed that's been kind of knotted together, but it seems like loose texture that wouldn't hold up very well.
I'm going to take like a handkerchief that I've woven at some point that's like really soft. It's got like a really nice like skin feel to it. And I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to take one of the prepared fish on the way out.
Nice. Okay. Okay then.
Is
Sashimi to go.
Is there a weird stuff stall? Is there a stall of, like, just weird shit? Maybe.
Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to
Wait,
be
where's the
weird
hats?
stuff
The
to-
hats. I wanted a hat.
There is a hat store. There is a hat store. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
As I said, it's a hat that's kind of like woven out of reeds, like a kind of long, wide, flat hat.
Okay. I'll take one of those. Should I? What do I leave? Oh man, I read sea gem in my thing and it looked like something else to I was like, what?
What do I?
What did I write?
Maybe not that.
I don't.
I don't think you have to leave anything. I just kind of wanted to, and I also wanted a fish. So
Yeah. Okay. All right.
what kind of hat did you take?
It's just
So the hats are, you don't have a huge amount of options with the hats. They are kind of a straw-esque, kind of like bowl-shaped, downward bowl, like a boater hat sort of thing.
Something to keep the sun off your neck.
Yeah, precisely.
I put it on Nugget. Don't ask how it works. It just works.
It
It's
just
fine.
works.
Just works.
Just works.
Lots of ways.
Mhm.
Hook a part of the weaving through his ears or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
They seem to have some kind of string that is
Yeah.
tied around the chin.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's the cool guitar song.
Ooh.
Oh god, turn it up.
Audio levels difficult to master. Hasn't got to the cool guitar electric bit yet, but it'll happen. Okay. I thought this would be good for a race if I could extend it over an hour or two. But if you get to like the cool, like climactic guitar finish after 3 minutes 23, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put this on a loop for quite a while. Okay, so are you guys happy? Are you content browsing the stores whilst Haiku continues their conversation?
Yeah, yeah.
I think when Haiku, like after we do like the trading, I think I'm gonna head back over there because although I can't understand, maybe at some point I will or whatever. I don't know. I'm
Sure.
just interested in what's going on with them.
Okay, all right. Well, Haiku, you return to Chiasmus and you see that she's rummaged out some kind of small glasses, the equivalent of cups, and she kind of holds them out for both of you. And she pours, and she's, oh, this is the strong stuff.
Axolotl sake.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wow.
Not
Oh.
that I've had it before.
She pours a little bit, and she goes to pour into your glass, and she waits for your consent.
Yeah, I don't drink too well, but it'd be rude not to.
Oh, I'm not gonna take offense if you don't take any.
It would be rude not to. Oh no, this
No,
isn't
no,
Haiku
it's-
saying it. This is me saying it.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah. No,
Well, if she-
I'll have a little bit.
all right. In which case, I'm gonna roll. What do you think a fair DC for her insight to determine if you're uncomfortable would be?
How obviously uncomfortable is Haiku?
Yeah.
Stress, paranoia, emotional, seeing a family member the first time in 35 years. Probably low. Probably a low DC.
A low DC. All right. Let's see how she rolls. She rolled a 5. Okay. So she doesn't notice that you're uncomfortable, but she's very conscious that this is quite strong stuff, so she doesn't pour you a lot.
Yeah,
pours you a small amount.
I won't be asking for a refill.
Sure. Yeah. She pours you a small amount and she passes it over, and then she puts the bottle like in between the both of you, equidistant, so as to suggest that you could refill if you'd like it. She goes just a taster, just a taster.
Mm.
So she takes a swig of it.
What?
Yeah,
Feel it in your shell.
The funny thing is, the last time I drank this stuff was when this happened to me.
Oh.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, it's slightly off. Yeah, we should have.
Yes, you didn't know. You didn't know. It's not that this stuff sets me off. I was in a card game, And see, this Fae put something up that I found really hard to turn down, and I really wanted it for my collection. It's this unportable hole, and I was like, that's a good one, right? That's a really good one.
Mm.
So I tried to cheat, and they caught me. And it's this. I didn't even catch her name. She stood up, and she pointed at me, and she said that I hope your guilt eats you alive. And after a couple of days, she takes another swig of the sake, a little bit more than she had before. After a couple of days, I lost a toe. And then a foot. She pulls herself some more.
Haku just puts an arm around Chaos.
Yeah, it's just and I my party didn't know what to do, and I didn't know what to do. And I had to look. I had to find something, anything. And we were on the road when we bumped into this little like gnome with this big hat, and this cheerful little fella. He knew exactly what to do. He said to come here to these waters, and that if as long as I was in these waters, it would either cure me, or I would be perfectly healthy in the waters. And I've not left the waters since.
What about your party? Have they just left you?
I didn't want them to stay here forever.
I mean, that's fair enough.
I mean, I stranded them here in the first place.
So if you were to leave the water, it would continue.
As far as I'm aware.
It does feel quite extreme for cheating in a card game.
Welcome to the Feywild.
Well, yeah. Did the sort of long-hatted gnome have a frisbee by any chance?
I wouldn't know if there was a frisbee. But they were called Barry. I remember Barry.
Oh, yeah. We came across Barry on our way in.
Did you?
Yeah.
I saw Barry maybe 20 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep track of time.
I mean, we've been here. I don't know how long I've been here at this point, but it's the fact that it's never dark or fully day messes with you.
Sometimes people come through and they have these. There was this gnome, and I know he was definitely a gnome. Came through with this little circle that had machine stuff in it, and it was like measuring time.
Oh.
I'll show it to you. And she leans back into one of the satchels that's at the side of her shell, and she brings it out. And she brings out what we would consider a watch. And this is how I've been doing it in the Feywild.
Oh. Well, that's a niche little device there.
I don't know what I'd do without it. When you're in the Feywild for this long, you start to lose your mind a little bit. I think some of the people here don't ever die, and I don't think that phases them. I think that would phase me.
Yeah, well, I think that's because they're from here. I mean, we're not from here, are we?
No.
I mean, it's certainly been a shock to me. And I certainly haven't been stuck here for 20 years. I mean, you seem to be set up pretty good, though. You know, like pulley system to sort of shuffle yourself around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I wish there was something I could do to get you up and going again. I mean, if it wasn't for the whole leave the water business, I'd happily try and, you know, make you up a new pair of legs.
I mean, yeah, I'm okay here. I'm okay. The people here are really nice.
Hmm.
And I got some friends, you know.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time away from here, but I still occasionally play cards. I've got a friend called Taz, who I race sometimes.
Oh, where do you race?
We try and race against the current up the stream.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Yeah, we just came in on some young axolotl who wanted to race. I think I may have slowed mine down quite a bit. It was quite. I mean, you know what it's like.
I know what it's like. Yeah. It's I mean, not as bad as you. I got half the collection you do.
Well, yeah. Just I take you haven't done much collecting in the past decade or so.
It's been a while. It's hard to collect from here.
Okay.
But I mean, it sounds to me like they don't need my help finding our artifact. Sounds like you got it.
With this, Haiku is going to take off the turtle tankard from their shell, which they have from Ahoy Hoy, and gift it to Chiasmus.
Oh my goodness. She looks at you in disbelief, and she you can see immediately that she cherishes the sentiment immensely, but also that she kind of gazes at it in wonderment because it's the first thing that she's seen that like properly reminds her of home. As I've said previously, like there are other turtles that you spied when you came up on the bank that are walking around. But there's one thing, you know, recognizing someone from your own race. There's another thing, receiving a gift from a loved one that you haven't seen in like 35 years. That is, you know, maybe like a family heirloom almost, something like you bought from Ahoy Hoy. And she wells up and she just starts scrambling through her packs, and she just starts like offering you random things as a way to equalize the trade.
No. This is a gift. This isn't a trade. It's a gift.
You know we don't do that.
I know we don't do that. But you know, you deserve it more than I do.
No.
You've stuck here so long.
I'll listen. Whilst you're here, what do you need? Maybe I can help. Maybe I can pay you back some other way.
What do we need over here? That's another story. Well, we need to speak to. Haiku would remember the name, but Jack doesn't. The name of the person we need to speak to. You know that person, Axolotl Queen.
Oh, Crinea.
We need to speak to Crinea. We ended up in the Feywild after talking to a fair dragon who was having some relationship issues. When we got here, and I was cursed, and then one of my party members insulted a bear person. And now we own the Earth Sign King.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. Now we own the Earth Sign King to get 3 ties. We already went to the Crook. That's where we running tree. Sorry, that's where we went to the weird book tree, and also I was charmed for a bit, and then we had to fight the Dryad, and I accidentally burnt all the forest down, and the Dryad died, so we can't get a tithe from there. Then we came to Maelstrom, which is here, get the tithe, and so yeah, we need to speak to the leader here to get the tithe for the Earth Sign King, and because if we don't, then this doesn't get fixed.
Yeah,
sense.
I guess that you don't want to stay in the waters here with me forever, huh?
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just a turtle in some water, you know. I'm not important enough to get you an audience with Crenea, but from what I know, she's not hard to reach. I don't think she'd decline you an audience.
Oh, that's good. The axolotls we came, I think they were teenagers, seemed to be somewhat scared, so I was concerned it would be a. Well, when we went to the groaning tree, things didn't go well.
Oh. From what I know, she's quite a motherly figure.
Oh, okay.
But I've never spoken to her myself.
Okay. Yeah, we need to go talk to her at some point. I mean, well. I suppose now I'm not in a rush in the water. 1 second. I'm gonna start speaking common now.
Sure.
If Nugget gets in the water, it doesn't cure this, but it pauses it. Like it stops it from spreading. Like a weird tingly thing. Just a Nugget wants to get in and have a quick dip.
Tell Nugget to get in the water.
Just two turtles and a giant bat smushed together.
2 turtles and a giant bat hop into the water.
Yeah, you're just chilling out like it's a
Part of
hot
the
tub.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that Nugget like immediately starts like clinging onto the side of the water, their arms up there, like on the bank, and then occasionally just yeah. Sorry, the music is, like I said, all over the place. This is what we get for having upbeat music. Upbeat music is loud, apparently. Thank
you
you for
turning
your
it down?
ongoing support. I turned it down a little bit on my end.
Okay.
It's just gonna get louder. Who knows? I'm trying. We're trying. The difficulty is finding upbeat music, because otherwise it's just loud as fuck. Tell you what, we're shifting from upbeat to day to day. Back to our good old fashioned day to day. Back to normal adventuring music. Ambiance that is not quite as intense nor loud.
Tom, could I use my inspiration to abuse the tiny servant spell?
I didn't think there was going to be a spell at the end of that sentence. I thought, I want to just abuse this tiny servant.
The fuck?
What is it? What is it you want to do?
Well, tiny servant only lasts for so long and whatnot. And, however, with inspiration, could I make a permanent tiny servant to help my coven out? You know, since they're not as mobile as they once were.
If you were to take the day, I would enable you to just straight up make one without using inspiration.
I will ask the party if they are okay staying here for a little bit, since the curse thing is paused for the time being.
Why is the curse paused?
Something to do with the water. My cousin, she got a curse put on her. Her legs started to be eaten away. But when she got in the water, well, it was Barry told her to do it. You know Barry?
Frisbee guy.
You know, with the frisbee? Yeah, that
frisbee
one.
guy.
He said, get in the water, and no, she hasn't been eaten away anymore since she got in the water. She's been here for 20 years, and it's been stopped for 20 years.
Wow.
Should I? I'm happy to take some time, but also I could try to remove the curse.
Yeah, you can have a go.
If that's okay.
Yeah. Chiasma, do you mind if my friend Nerly here has a go at removing the curse? I mean, you never know.
Are you talking in common or in Aquan?
Aquan.
She can do that?
Yeah, she's very gifted.
Yeah, please try.
Yeah. Go on, Nerly.
Okay. Hi. I'm gonna try this. It didn't work for them, so I think there's probably some things that might just be too strong for me. So I can't make any promises, but I'd like to try. Can she? Not to be rude.
She hasn't responded to you yet, but she seems
Yeah.
to be nodding and understanding.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. It's permanently dusk. Is there a moon?
Big, bright, shining,
Mm.
perpetually.
Oh, I've been. Yeah, Norley's been having a real good time here.
You've been struggling when it's been covered by the trees and whatnot, but you
Yeah.
are out now.
Okay, so I think I'll I had when we kind of like got here and got settled, I'd gotten my stuff out of the bag of holding and had switched back to like our typical sort of like fun looking robe thing that she'd have worn.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna like switch back into like 1950s swimsuit kind of like a long thing or whatever that a
Right.
fantasy person would think of, right? And I'm going to kind of like slide into the water, and I think I'm going to take extra time and care with this one. I'm going to spend some time like quietly, like probably in my head, even talking to Selene, holding my wand, enjoying like looking both at the moon directly and also at the reflection of the moon in the water.
Sure.
And just asking for her help.
The equivalent of
in-
like taking a long like ritual casting almost.
Mhm.
Casting
Yeah.
the spell. Okay. What level spell is it,
Basically.
out of curiosity?
It's a 3rd level, but I'm also out of 3rd level spell slots. So I figure like we're gonna be here for a day. We're not doing much else. I'm gonna do a 5th level. Because if this doesn't work, I'm also gonna just turn around and try the heal spell after that
Sure.
and see what happens. So we're gonna do a 5th level casting. And I think like all of my stuff. She always uses water in her kind of like rituals. So it's like she doesn't even need to like pour the bowl of it now because she's like submerged. So
Yeah.
I think she's got her like little holy symbol thing out, and that's probably the only thing that would be good being submerged
Okay.
in the water.
Mhm.
So then I'm going to cast the spell at 5th level.
Sure. Okay. The night sky almost seems to respond to you as you're casting the spell with such care and such thorough practice,
Yeah,
whilst
I'm
also
solid. Feel
invoking
me.
such powerful magics underneath.
We're having a lovely moment there. Little interaction going on between
Yeah.
several characters there.
Hi, Papaya. Thank you.
Hey, Papaya. I don't know if you were here for the last time that sound bite was played, but we got some doozies today. We got some doozies. So you're calling upon the powers that be, innate to yourself, but also from above, from the moon. And as you do so, like I said, you can feel like almost as if the night sky is communicating with you as you are casting this magic. You can feel almost as if you're being guided by it. Almost like every ray of moonlight that comes down is kind of like you're almost like directing it as well, like you're playing with the light almost in your spell casting. And the atmosphere is tense. The rest of you are all kind of holding your breath to see if the magic will work, and this takes quite a while. How long do you think you're going to take doing the full, the full kit and caboodle, as thorough as possible? How long do you reckon?
Probably like if a typical ritual casting is about 10 minutes, I think it's starting off with her like having some like prayer, some like contemplation, some like explaining that well, I guess she didn't get to hear the story, but I'm assuming like we could have a moment to like, is there any information about the curse that could be like could help me
Sure.
with it or something, and so I could have like maybe not the full story in case she doesn't want to share that with me, but enough to like, I think it's been a long time. I think she's learned from this, and I don't think this was fair, and so I think she has a little bit of like prayer, and then she does the full thing in a very ritualistic manner. So probably a good like 20 minutes, maybe
Okay.
30.
All right. So the rest of you are kind of there with bated breath, waiting to see whether or not this is going to be
Short
effective.
resting.
Short resting, with short resting, but with a tinge of anxiety, just to see if this is going to come out the other
A
way.
light activity anxiety.
I can hold my breath for an hour. It's fine. It's enticing.
You finish the spell, and she kind of nervously waits to see if anything happens, and there's no bright lights, no explosion, nothing miraculous appears to have happened. She pushes herself just out of the water slightly, and she kind of you can see that she brings her the stumps of her legs out of the water for a moment, and she waits, and she waits some more. You see her arms start to shake a little bit with the enormity of the task, and then I think it worked. I think it worked. I think it worked. I think it worked. Haiku, the legs. You gotta make the legs. You gonna make the legs?
I'll make the legs.
Oh, she kind of like splashes down into the water and she just starts to like. You've never seen so much action and activity come from one person in such a short amount of time, because she just like dives underneath and immediately starts swirling around. You guys are splashed everywhere. The Tempest itself has to contend with the amount of whirlpool that she's creating from spinning around on the spot with just joy. She's ecstatic. There are fucking splashes everywhere.
And I feel like it's worked. Like I think
100%.
okay. Hold on.
You are like partially probably submerged at this point, like at least up to the waist, maybe to the chest, because you've been casting this down in the water. And she kind of just like jumps out of the water, grabs you, pulls you down underneath for a hug, and then releases you so you don't drown. And then she's like clasping hands with Haiku, and you guys embrace. She said, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Okay. What do I do? I want to do adventuring again. I need a wheelchair. That's what I got to do. I got to get a wheelchair. I had one before, but I didn't want to stay in the wheelchair, not because I couldn't do what I wanted to do in the wheelchair, but because my legs were just going. But a wheelchair, you can get me some legs.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to work all the time, but I'm going to be able to do everything.
We'll get you both. You can swap them out.
Fuck yes. Oh my god.
Wheel legs.
Thank you, Neurally.
Wheel legs.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm glad it worked. I'm sorry that this is happening to you and Nugget right now, but in a way, I'm kind of glad that it made me want to learn this so that we could come here and help.
I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I genuinely, I can't, I don't have the words. I don't have the words. It's, I can do so.
You could leave the Feywild. You can see the night sky and the daylight.
I'll tell you a secret. I'm gonna ask Taz out on a date, and we're gonna go for a walk along the riverbank, not through it.
Hell yeah! I'll get those legs whipped up for you, man. Get you all prepared for your big day.
A few moments later, the surfing bullywug comes down the river.
Oh no!
Hey, babe.
Oh no!
Good thing that the jumping on your back thing was just Tom being silly and not canon at all.
Yeah. I'm kidding. But she's elated. You guys spend. I mean, what? How long do you want to spend? You've got time.
Right, because they can just get in the water, and it's slowing the stuff too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm happy to stay as long as Haiku's working on whatever. And I'm going to take some of my really, really, really soft fibers, threads. We weave with threads, I guess.
Sure.
And I'm going to make some really, really soft, like padding for the attachment.
Nice.
Might not
Lovely.
be needed, but that's something she thinks of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to stay as long as it would take Haiku to, build some prosthetics and like a wheelchair.
Okay.
Combat wheelchair.
Yeah, if you want to do the full shebang, you suspect that actually might take a couple of days. Because it's going to be some intensive tinkering.
All night.
All night.
All day, but all night.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But it gives you an opportunity to kind of hang out, catch up a little bit. Also, you've got some downtime. You guys are, in a place where no one is actively pursuing you or, anything like that. You're kind of okay. And the curse that you've got seems to be at least halted whilst you're in the water and slowed by real magic as well. So if you guys want to, take a long rest, maybe take a couple of days, explore the maelstrom a little bit before trying to find the Archfey Crenea.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Mhm.
I think I'd probably also, since we're going to be here for a couple of days, try a similar sort of thing for Haiku and Nugget. And of
Sure.
course, it probably won't work, but she's still going to try it.
That's fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we discuss what lays ahead too much, we'll call it quits for the day because we're at ending time.
At the end of that interaction, Oro goes to Randall, goes, I think that went well?
I think so.
Then the credits roll.
Okay. Right. Well, good job on the race, everybody. Got your boons and whatnot from that. We've had a nice little interaction, and we'll see where things go next session. It was nice to give you guys an opportunity to not feel like your life is at risk. You can have a couple of days of chilling out a little bit with your characters, having some downtime. So if there's anything that you think your characters might want to do whilst you're exploring a new little settlement, hanging out, any downtime activities you want to pursue, let me know. But that'll just be a couple of days, not like a week or anything like that, unless you decide otherwise.
Yeah.
Anyway, GG's all.
That's so fun.
That is us.
All right. See you. Wait, we see it. Next week's fine for everyone. 10th.
I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
GG's. Bye, everyone. Look after yourselves. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.